You people bought a ticket to see me, so shut up.
Sometimes I get so mad, there's no control.
Ladies and gentlemen, just in case you live under a rock,
I might
you
grab
are
a bat,
looking
I
at the
don't know, my
youngest
rap, my
and
blood
fastest
boils
rising
over like,
star in
oh God, here
professional
goes. I
wrestling
lost all
today.
feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll bleed on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you gon' wish you was just a fucked up real bad.
Shut up. Be the villain! And I have no problem at all, because I couldn't care less if you like me or not. I'm here for success, and there's no one more successful than Grayson Waller.
Yeah! Let me talk to you! War Games.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Heal the Ring podcast. It is the NXT Tuesday night edition. What's going on, everyone? Salute to Buddha Namaste. That's what joining us in the chat, and everyone watching along on Rumble, Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, Truebill, Instagram, and all the other different platforms that we are streaming live, doing the live watch along. It is the NXT edition tonight. We're gonna have some real good matches. It will have a tag team steel cage match between the Dyads taking on Creed. We have a fatal four-way to determine the number one contendership for the NXT Women's Champion. It'll be Roxanne Perez, Gigi Dolan, Kiana James, and Blair Davenport to see who will have the right to call a stake at the number one contendership. That's going to be another good one there. We're going to have Eddie Thorpe taking on Dijak in a grudge match. A hard-hitting, who's the toughest hard-hitting of them all. And we're going to start off the tournament of the NXT Global Heritage Cup. We're going to have some Pete Dunne, or a.k.a. Butch, taking on Charlie Dempsey on one of the rumored matches. We're going to have Coffee taking on Nathan Frazier. So Joe Coffey versus Nathan Frazier. That's going to be another good one there. I told you, the ones that are watching along with me week after week, I tell you that I am a big fan of the NXT Heritage Cup. I also started saying before I backtrack, if you're like, wait a minute, I didn't see you last week. You didn't like it at first. I told you it grew on me, and I'm a big fan of it now. I reserved the right to like it because at first the rules was not explained. As the rules explained, and also not for nothing, Metaphor helped out the whole angle of the Heritage Cup, all the shenanigans with legend Jack Jackson and Oro Mensah on the outside. I thought it brought some into that Heritage Cup, and this is a way of NXT showcasing their global talent. NXT wants to grow. They want to grow NXT Japan, NXT India, NXT Mexico, maybe in Saudi Arabia. They want to grow the NXT wrestling brand across the globe. And of course, your NXT Europe, which was NXT UK, and I think all of that's going to happen once the merger with Endeavor and the WWE becomes official. I think that's the first order of business that will probably be going on in January of 2024. I believe that's going to be a big to-do list that you're going to want that get up and running for the new year coming up. And just think about it. Maybe once a year, this time around, the long weekend for us here in the United States for the Labor Day weekend, they'll make a tournament of global cruiserweight, like the Cruiserweight Classic, Global Heritage Cup, where they're going to have representative. They can have an ongoing tournament in their NXT brands, and then the winners of their tournaments face to face, and the best of the best NXT Global Heritage. Just think about where wrestling is at right now. We're talking about continue to expand it globally. We know that wrestling is global. From the numbers we saw from this weekend with AEW in England, with WWE when they went to England, for Money in the Bank. We also see their international. They're gonna have the the showcase in India coming up. We're seeing the expansion of wrestling with the Saudi Arabia shows. Wrestling is expanding even rapidly around globally, and WWE visiting and making large premium live events in these big countries. It does nothing but continue to give more exposures to wrestlers, to independent wrestlers, to inspiring wrestlers, and also making money. Plain and simple. That's what the business is about. Making money. If the business is good, everyone makes money. And I think that's what they wanted there. Let me fix this here, make sure this all works better, and we'll get that going, get that out of the way. So we're about 10 minutes, under 10 minutes before the NXT watch along kicks out. You got a few minutes here to go grab your snacks, go grab your drinks. Hey, Brandon. No Yankees no more until they become irrelevant when they're 5 games under the wild card. So the Yankees will be put on a back burner until the off season, until Aaron Boone gets fired, and we could celebrate. But watch alongs, I'm gonna give the WWE the watch along spot first, because what's the point of watching a team that's not gonna make the postseason? And the numbers are not showing it. 20 people to watch, where I could get 1,000 watching the NXT. I'm gonna go towards the wrestling, Brandon. So people don't want to watch the baseball product, rightfully so. So I can't just beat myself with. I appreciate you guys watching along with me, but the numbers are telling me NXT is growing. So we're waiting for NXT now. If we have a little bit of bad connection or in and out, where we're going through a tropical storm warning in Central Florida, Orlando. So the state of Florida is in a hurricane, where they're expecting a hurricane category 3 to hit this 4:30 in the morning, 6 a.m. tomorrow. And of course, maybe the internet or the watch along might be a little hunky, or if you see the Performance Center look a little empty, it's not that the WWE, the folks are not going, is that we're preparing for hurricane, tropical warning storms, and tropical depression in Central Florida, and at least in the Orlando area, or tornadoes after the feeder bands from the hurricane. So just keep Florida in good spirits and in your prayers for all those folks that are going to be in the eye of the storm all the way to Georgia. So that's hopefully, Lord have mercy that the damages is minimal. All right, cool. The Astros are doing good. All right. Awesome, Brandon. It's always good to see you, though, Brandon. I always like to see you. I always like that you always say hello. I really appreciate Mr. Brandon Schultz. Always, man. Brandon Schultz is a cool dude, man. Always comes in, always says hello, sticks around, give us a question, ask about the out-of-town scoreboard, watches along with us. We love to see you, Brandon. Don't worry, Brandon. There's still 30 games left. We'll probably do some games in the long weekend coming up. I promise 1 game a week from the Yankees. Just to do just to keep the watch on going for one game, 1 day of the week. But right now, wrestling is hot, and now football's on its way. So if the Yankees were in a postseason run, or if they could, there's still plenty of time where they could cut to 5 games where we'll come back on and do the watch along when we have some more viewership. So they're right now, they sit 4.5 games away. So anything can happen. All right. So we got 5 minutes left before the watch along. We had Chris the Flash scheduled to join us, but I don't know. He must be busy or coming on in a few minutes. Still too early. I like to come on a few minutes early just to go if there's any news or notes. The only news and notes I got, but everyone knows about that news and notes. Of course, the passing of Bray Wyatt. One of those, he'll be laid to rest Wednesday. So good job, Tony Khan, for allowing wrestlers, if they want to take the day off, not to go to the taping of Dynamite and want to attend Mr. Wyndham Watanda's funeral. They're more than happy, and he's more than accommodating for the wrestlers who are great friends or friends with Wyndham to go and attend his services, lay him rest. And I like the fact that he allowed that. So nice job there. Good gesture there by the con man, letting allow it. Wrestling is a family. It's a fraternity, is a family, and everyone interacts with everyone. So that's why it kind of makes me chuckle when some of these wrestlers burn their bridges. You never burn your bridges because you never know when you're gonna need to cross through those bridges again. Doesn't mean that you have to go through that same bridge over and over again. Just don't burn them because you never know when a detour might allow you to go over that bridge. That's the word of the wisdom from the Jedi this Tuesday night, for everyone out there. So also we have, from speaking of All Elite Wrestling, we know that Jack Perry suspended, CM Punk suspended for that altercation backstage. Now Miro's name has been thrown in the mix. Looks like Miro was formerly known as Rusev, was going to get some fisticuffs with CM Punk as well. So right now, instead of talking about the 80,000 people that they had in Wembley and how they grew and so forth, everyone's talking about the altercation again. Same event last year. Now everyone's talking about that same an altercation with the same common denominator is Phil, aka CM Punk. But I want to waste some more facts. I'm not going by agendas from Meltzer or PW Torch or everyone, this guy and that guy. I want to know the facts. Wait until coming from All Elite Wrestling itself, saying this is what happened, this is exactly what went gone. Then I can say, you know what? All right, I understand what they're coming through, and okay, I get it. So that there, it's a lot of he said, she said. Also, it could be agenda towards a narrative of not wanting Punk. It's a mess, though. Instead of celebrating a great Wembley card there, I know Eric Bischoff had some unkind words, said that it was a glorified indie show. I don't know. We'll see. Wrestling starts at 8. The wrestling starts at 8. The wrestling will start at 8. And if you're watching it, USA Network, turn on the USA Network. All right, so 1 minute away. 1 minute away. I got my Braun Breaker shirt on. I got the dog in me. Let's go. Big Braun Breaker fan. Everyone knows that I'm a big Breaker fan. Can't wait for him to be on the main roster, unleashing havoc. Oh, I know. No, they're running 2-0. The Yankees are winning 2-0 right now. That's the only thing I see. That's from the update that I got. But other than that, I see that there. So we're just about a minute away as we're waiting for this to finish here. Remember, bad weather. I don't know how much the transmission is going to come clear coming from Orlando. It should have started already. And for some reason, the USA Network still going on with the Law and Order show that always ends with the most oddest plot twists at the end of the show. Like you every time I watch it, turn in, I'm like, what happened? And then that ends the show. That's one of the most eye-raising show that ends. I mean, their cliffhangers are like, what? All right, so let's start the wrestling, man. It's 8 o'clock. Let's go, pal. Am I behind? Oh, there we go. We got the dim now. Forever, I was actually behind. Okay, I was like, wonder why I'm behind. All right, let's go. Wrestling is about to begin. NXT. Of course, they're going to give you the recap of Heat Wave. Well, let's go. Of course, they're showing Breaker. They're just giving you a recap to start it off here. Now, I didn't get the text from my guys that are on location on the Performance Center. There's been talks and rumors that NXT Level Up has been probably canceled or not being taped anymore. I'll find out with them maybe tomorrow. I should text them now, but I'm on the air right now. But to find out if Level Up was taped this week. Hey, here's Chris. We'll get Chris on right now. What's going on, Chris? What's up?
What's up? What's up, Kev? What's up, Chad?
Good to talk to you. How you been? First and foremost.
You know, some days are better than others, but I'm good today, though.
That's good to hear. That's always a plus. Always a good plus there. A lot of stuff is happening, not just in the world of wrestling, and even in the world in our baseball world. But we'll talk about that. We got plenty of that to talk about that. With Josh Donaldson release and so forth. There, Harrison Bader available for $1. My goodness.
Yeah, I just saw that Donaldson, that should have been happening, and Beta, that's kind of surprising.
I'm not too surprised with that. There, they should have traded him earlier and gotten something, at least a prospect or something on an expiring deal there. But we could talk about that different time there. As they just showing the recap of Heatwave. I don't know if you got to watch Heatwave last week.
Nah, I didn't get to watch it. I just saw like clips here and there.
It was a pretty good card. With the build up, I actually like that Carmelo Hayes tweeted that they were Wesley and him were the first two African American to highlight to main event a NXT world title matchup. That was cool.
Yeah, I heard about that. That's actually pretty interesting. You know, you would have thought that would have been happened, but I guess this day and age it took too long.
And we start off with the steel cage match. We have the Dyads in the ring. It's going to be the Dyads taking on the Creed brothers. And we got Schism in the ring already. And I see how they build those steel cages in the Performance Center. Ooh. I sitting in the front, I will cringe the way when they start climbing on those cages. I'm like, please don't fall on us. Please don't fall on us. Yeah, dude. It's cringeworthy.
Final destination, huh?
That's the one they use at the Performance Center is a little cringy. But hey, it works. It looks good on TV, but a little bit peek behind the camera or behind the curtain, like they say.
What's up, Brandon?
Oh, wait a minute. The Dyads started beating up on the Creed brothers and they closed the door. And that's this. Oh, they're beating up on them. People in a Dyads mask. That was a no fake beating up on in the mask. I could tell. I know the wrestlers when they got a mask on. I could tell who's who. Oh, it's a handicap match because they took out one of the Creed brothers and they leave Julius all alone with the Dyads. Ooh. It's like a lumberjack cage match. Ooh, look at Julius. But now the Dyads attacking. Fowler and Jagger. Did you watch anything? Did you see any highlights of AEW's? Or it looked pretty good on TV.
Yes, it like I did catch that. I'm not gonna lie, I gotta give him credit where credit's due. Like that was a good pay-per-view. I'm happy Paige, aka Saraya, got the women's championship. She deserved it.
I'm with you. I said that yesterday on Raw, and I said it. Good for her for becoming AEW Women's Champion, and she's a hell of a trios champion. Okay. She could take two. She could take on two like no lady can.
So I'm done. Oh no, why, Kevin? Why?
Why? Am I saying anything out of?
Oh man. But nah, I feel like this not like I don't think this is what she really wanted. I think she wants to come back to WWE. I think she wants to finish her career in WWE, and she deserves it.
Well, she's 30 years old. You know, maybe she do like however her contract is with AEW. Prove to the WWE that she's healthy, come back and have a one run, and then call it quits. I can see that. You know, but she's got to stop. She's got to stop with the bullshit.
Yeah.
I try to hold the cursing, but you know what? It was. I saw the media scrum, you know, that they did back, and for her to say that they didn't allow her family in the WWE or, you know, showcase whatever the case was, Paige, they did a whole movie on your family.
I think it's just like a case of like Cody Rhodes. You know how Cody Rhodes finally mature and, you know, he's like, I got to come back to WWE.
I believe, yeah.
I think that's what it is.
Good point. Great point. That's a great point. Oh.
And I love the main event. No, not the main event. Adam Cole and I love that. And then now they got the tag titles. Like,
hey, that one I'm a little different. I'm a little indifferent on that. I like that they're doing a storyline.
Well, yeah,
and they're sticking. That's the only real storyline with AEW. I like that. That I gotta. Oh damn! Oh, Julius had one arm on one and power slammed the other. Did you see that shot? I mean, Chris. Oh.
Nah, I didn't see that. I just missed it. Are they gonna do a replay of it?
Right now, here it is. The replay's coming up. Holy crap!
God, dang.
With the right hand.
Yeah.
You saw that. Yo, that was dope. He had his left hand with an ankle lock, and with the right hand, he power slammed the other. Whoa, never seen that maneuver before. My goodness.
Yeah. The young talent is very creative.
I agree with you. Now, I was saying, and it looks pretty good because they probably fill it with some of the wrestlers. But if this performance center looks a little empty than normal, we're about to embrace. We're right now in tropical storm warning, and the northwest part of Florida is embracing for a Category 3 hurricane tomorrow.
Yeah, I hope everybody is okay.
It's that season, man. It's that season, the hurricane season.
We getting lucky so far. I hope it stays like that. You're north enough if a hurricane comes through, or you're close to where like Louisiana, New Orleans. New Orleans, are you really that close to New Orleans, or? Yeah. I'm real close. Like if I take the bridge, I'm on like.
Oh, so then if a hurricane comes, you're really in some trouble, like us here.
Yeah, but luckily, I mean, we've been dodging them.
I know, but those waters are so damn hot right now that another tropical depression, or anything could just turn into a hurricane. I mean, it's been hot with those record heat. We had 110 2 weeks ago, man. Heat index 116. It was just ridiculous.
Yeah, we just finally got some rain.
All right, so they're in picture where the Dyads are in control here. It's a steel cage match. But NXT, whenever they do steel cage on Tuesday night, they always do it first because they help disassemble the ring, and also after the match is over, they'll probably cut some promos or backstage vignettes while the crew disassembles the cage, and they do that pretty fast. I gotta give them credit for those folks that in the WWE when they set them up. That's why when they put it up together, you kind of feel cringeworthy because you hear the steel going, making some noise like, "Oh, please don't break."
Well, I wanted to say this too. Damn, I can't think of that dude's name. Who's Carmelo Hayes' bodyguard / partner? If y'all don't know this, I feel like they're doing a storyline with like Shawn Michaels and Kevin Nash all over again.
Yeah, they are. Yes, you hit it on that. You hit it on the head. Yes, indeed. Exactly.
But the difference between Kevin Nash and Trick Williams can actually use the mic. Kevin Nash is not really like. Don't get me wrong. I like some of his promos, but it's not. It's cringy.
Trick is a savvy, quick wit on the mic. What Trick is getting better. His matches with Ilya Dragunov, my goodness. Trick is getting better, much greater and greater in the ring. And I think once Trick Williams explode with his wrestling ability, you're going to see Mello and Trick both as a tandem, going up to the main roster, not as a tag team, but as a tandem, watching each other's back. Similar, and I think that they're going to put the rocket on both of those two, because Trick, to be honest with you, I think Trick has more upside than Carmelo Hayes because of the size,
Vince,
the height, and the
Vince
size.
like that.
Yes. I've said that plenty of time, and there's nothing wrong with Carmelo Hayes. I love Carmelo Hayes. I last year I was hoping he would come out the surprise at SummerSlam when Riddle got suspended. But it wasn't Carmelo Hayes. But I'm a big Melo face. But I gotta be honest where honesty is there. Trick Williams checks more the WWE boxes. He's marketable. Carmelo Hayes is marketable too. He's a really nice dude, but Trick Williams check what Vince McMahon likes in the boxes. If Vince is still going and being part of the company full time, the way we know how he is going forward.
Oh man.
So, what's your thoughts? Let me ask this: as we getting the Dyads taking control of Julius on the cage, and I wonder if Brutus will get back some way somehow. Let me ask this: do you think? What was your thoughts on CM Punk altercation with Jack Perry?
Yeah,
the rumors. As
to be honest with you, I can understand both sides. CM Punk being a veteran, you always want to take advice for the veteran and stuff like that. But then I can understand Jack Curry's side, or Perry. I can understand his Jungle Boy. That's what I'm gonna call him, Jungle Boy. I understand where he coming from too, but like, it's just if CM Punk is saying, especially if that's his show, because I heard he's like a producer or something on that show. Right. Listen to him. You don't need to use real glass. Like you want to be able to wrestle for as long as you can. Like what if you use that real glass, you power drive somebody in that glass and they cut an artery on their head or something and they die.
Exactly.
It's just
salute, brother Fluff.
Howdy, Breezy. What's up, brother?
Hey, it's Breezy here in Orlando as well, my brother. We're with you. We're lockstep here. I'm in Orlando with you.
So,
yeah, I wanted to get your thoughts on that because it's a lot of back and forth with that. I'm a little bit. Julius just ripped it. Holy crap! The Creed brothers are on another level of brute. Could this be the age-defying match with the Creed brothers that they're ready to go up already?
It could be.
The crowd is chanting, "Holy crap!" With the S word, holy sugar, honey, iced tea. So, holy sugar, honey, iced tea. There we go. My thing was, look, some of these young wrestlers, I understand, Jungle Boy, you're a day one guy with All Elite Wrestling from the very beginning, and you might not know the etiquette of wrestling, locker room. There's still a pecking order where a lot of these guys were ex-WWE guys, and they know that Undertaker was a locker room leader, and so forth. You were in line. You fall in line, and some of these guys might not have that, like a Jack Perry, coming a little spoiled, coming from the Hollywood, silver spoon with daddy. And I'm not defending either one here.
Yeah.
I'm just saying he might not know the proper etiquette. Now, Phil, aka CM Punk, this is second time. Maybe let it go a little bit. Because I think it could have been handled much better. Instead of talking about 81,000 people there looking good, England came out or Europe came out to support the company and so forth. Now what we do is talking about the locker room scum. Now Miro's name is involved, that he wants a piece of CM Punk. They were, why we could step outside and take care of it. So it's like, dude, let me ask, if you're Khan, do you fire Punk? I gotta have to think about it. If you want the company to grow, and I know CM Punk is a big draw.
I kind of agree with what Booker said. If they can mature, you can make money off this. Like you could really easily make money off this. Even if you want to throw Rusev in it. I'm not calling him Miro because I hate that name. Like if he wants to get joined, look, I'm telling you, you can make money, but you got to put your ego to the outside the door. Like don't like you could bring in a person a little bit, but you still got to be safe. But you could easily make this a real storyline.
But here's the thing: as the bias now turning the tides on the Creed brothers. Creed brothers were doing some great moves. Oh, what a move by Jagger there as the steel cage match is going. Hey, there's a lot of action there, but we're going to have a conversation of the world of wrestling here. Well, back to the AEW situation there. There is a lot of money to be made when it's Kenny Omega and the Elite and stuff like that. Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, and CM Punk, it doesn't move the needle. I'm going to be totally honest with you. Because
one of them do, the other one don't. Yeah. Like CM Punk makes the money, but Jungle Boy, I see what you're saying.
No. So I know a lot of people want Jack Perry to get fired in the situation because it was Jack Perry that couldn't wait. That threw that real glass and Crimea River kind of, but you also got to know if you're CM Punk, turn the other cheek. You're the veteran. You're the older guy, older statesman. There's other ways of handling it. Maybe he did talk to him, but Jack Perry was the one supposedly that threw the punch, like, get out of my face and just mushed him, punched him, and got physical. Who knows? We don't know the answer. We don't know the truth because the owner doesn't tell you the truth, which he shouldn't have to tell us anyway. But I hope he makes the right decision. I know both of them got suspended. They won't be at their pay-per-view this week, especially, they have a pay-per-view in Chicago. And Chicago is Punk Land. So I wonder how that's going to look if that arena, if that's going to say a lot of stuff there, if that arena is empty on Sunday's pay-per-view. The owner's going to panic. And it's going to, double move by the Creed brothers. And the Creed brothers are returning back to NXT. All right. Oh, boy. Now I'm looking at Ava Rain there. She got like she's kind of mad. I think Ava walked out on them. I think that's the end. I think this is going to be the end of Joe Gacy's group. I think Joe Gacy is going to do bigger and better things than the main roster, in my opinion.
I just think.
Yeah.
I was about to say I actually agree with The Rock. Like when he said, "My daughter don't need to be in the group."
And Joe Gacy's left alone. Yeah.
I don't know. I want to see what she could do by herself. Like I want to see, because I've been high on her.
She's big. She's tall.
That's what I'm saying.
She's not the little puny little girl.
No,
there's nothing wrong with. And of course, speaking of that, they're having Roxanne Perez, and she could go. Roxy's great, but let's face it, how far can she really get with her stature? I know AJ Lee did a lot, but there's a prototype that WWE likes.
But AJ Lee is rare because she's good on the mic too, and most people forget about that. Like she was good on the mic. It was just her skill from wrestling had to develop, and once that catch up with the mic, she was like a rocket.
But the only thing that worries me though, when you have a Roxanne Perez, and you could still build it, you could still choreograph it, you could whatever you want to say, work it. But when you have a Roxanne Perez take on a big Piper Niven, does it really, or big overgrown, big Jordan Grace, Rhea Ripley, do you really think she has a chance to get in the like you're not even supposed to be in the same ring with me, That's my thing when it comes with then Ava checks that box. She's a big, tall Samoan. She's just big. She just picks that box. You're telling me a big man. I'm not saying her, but look at the Saturday. By the way, Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez. When you put those two ladies, they're two Amazonic women. They like, there you go. That's a main event. That's why Ava Ring checks that box.
The only thing I can say about that, Kev, if Perez, if they do Perez, I feel like if they do like Perez, like Rey Mysterio, you can't do other females like that. Like she's got to be the only female that can compete with the bigger women. Like you can't have. I'm trying to think. Alexa Bliss. You see how she got squabbled from Nia Jax? Like,
yes,
you can't have all small females dominating the big girl. So if Roxanne Perez is the only small female that can do that, she got to be the only small female that can do that.
That was the thing I was trying to come up with. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And Roxanne has a lot of longevity. I think she's going to be in the wrestling business, barring as long as she wants to be, as long as she could be there for years to come.
Yep.
And now they're going over the NXT Global Heritage. They're showing all the representatives from their countries. From of course, they're naming the roster of all 8 competitors that will be in this Heritage Cup Global. I love it. I was saying I wasn't a fan first when Noam Dar came up with the Heritage Cup, but as he started wrestling and explaining to me what the Heritage Cup rules are, and watching it unfold, and then with metaphor part of it, I really like the Heritage Cup. Big fan.
So I guess
they're explaining it, and it's a group with points, and then the 26th of Tuesday, 26th is the winner at No Mercy. So I like it. So it's a tournament that's going to last until the 26th. So it's going to keep us invested every Tuesday night to watch the Global Heritage Cup. I love it. I love it. Now, Chris, are you ready to get your Saints WWE title?
No, I'm good.
Oh, they look dope, dude. WWE make 31 titles. They didn't do one. They didn't do no Jackson.
Yeah, they said Tony Khan bought all of them.
Yeah, right. They stopped making them.
Ooh, snap. That's funny.
And speaking about the Jacksonville Jaguar, Doug Peterson released his own son from the team. With the rosters had to be cut to 53.
Yeah, we traded our kicker.
I can't wait. Football is back.
Yeah, it's just Sunday, huh?
No, next week.
Oh, next week. Okay.
Next weekend. We'll have, of course, Sunday night football, Giants, Cowboys.
We play Tennessee.
On the road or at home?
No, at home. Look, I'm not gonna lie, our first 9 games, and knock on wood, we should definitely win. Like, I'm looking at who we playing.
There might be one of those teams that good schedule, take advantage of your schedule, rack up some early wins, and put yourself in a good season, like the Giants did last year.
Because we play Tennessee, which at home we're gonna beat them, and then I think we play Carolina, which I think they starting a rookie, and usually we kill rookies.
Good job.
I think we play Atlanta too. I think we play all our division games. The first, and then I think after our bye we play the rest of them.
Yeah, take care of your division games. Your division falls. Division isn't a black and blue or a glorious division. You win those games. 75% of those games. You're gonna put yourself in position to be a division winner and get into the postseason, host a playoff game. You never know. Never limit. I can't wait because I know we're gonna have Sunday night football and then Monday night. So double duty on the Sports Jedi Network. We're gonna have the Attack of the Giant, the Attack of the G-Man, watch along, and we're gonna have the Jetsalorian Monday night football. All eyes on Aaron Rodgers taking on those Buffalo Bills. And this Saturday, I will be on the Bills Mafia Network on the AFC East Roundtable at 6 o'clock, right before Payback. But I will be there for an hour and a half, and then I'm running into my stream for the wrestling. So that's going to be fun.
Dude, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, Kev. I hope it don't turn out like the Eagles, but y'all offense is crazy.
The defense. The Jets, they have so many pass rushers everywhere.
Yeah, but y'all offense is crazy though. Y'all got Dalvin Cook, Aaron Rodgers now, and you know Cook is starting. Like I'm sorry. I know what's the name, Ball. I know he's good.
Ball still ain't come back 100%. He's still coming back from injury, so they're not gonna want to rush him. That's why Dalvin Cook makes sense.
Dude, y'all gonna be straight. And they finally got rid of he retired, but we know they probably paid him and said retired, bro. Corey Davis.
He gave up $10 million. Street Profits are in the building. Street Profits are in the building. Friends of Mello. Oh, Montez and Dawkins. Okay, I want to hear this promo. Ooh. We got a tag team match, yo. For Chris, it's gonna be Street Profits taking on the family here, Tony D'Angelo and Stacks. Oh, that was a good one. We get to see how you're doing. Oh, wait a minute. Something's happening here. Oh, the ladies. The Latina ladies. Here we go. Dana Brooke and Keani Jordan. I got all advice and Electra Lopez going at it in the kitchen area. Come on. There's a brouhaha. Here's Charlie Dempsey, but Charlie Dempsey is not American. He's English. That's Regal's son. I guess he was born here. I guess that's. Oh wait, he got Meta. Oh, look at this Metaphor sitting using the old Toxic Attraction Lounge. Like it. What is Oro Mensa wearing? Look at Oro Mensa. Oh, we got Butch Pete Dunne coming in. Oh boy, I know him. That kid that was marking out there, I know him. The one that was going. Oh, he was doing Butch. All right. Are you able to do Payback this Saturday?
Nah, I gotta work.
All right.
But I can't wait though.
This Friday night, You Can't See Me is back. John Cena.
Yeah. Would you think he's gonna wrestle not Payback, but the other pay-per-view?
Yeah, he's scheduled for 8 weeks because that was one of the he's typical John Cena class act. He's fulfilling a Make-A-Wish. They want to see him wrestle in 8 different cities, and he's going to do that for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. 8 different cities for including some of the premium live events. So John Cena is returning for at least an 8-week run in the WWE, which is great.
Who you think gonna be the storyline?
Maybe Waller. You know, he's there to give the young guys some rub. Maybe go back with Austin Theory again. Go, run it back first, then Waller, because Waller and Theory are kind of like becoming a little friendship there. So, I know whoever he does is gonna make it work. That I do know. That's how confident I know that he's gonna make it work, and he's gonna do good. Was gonna do great for business. So we got the Heritage Cup here. Of course, you see Metaphor. Look at Metaphor. They just A great group up there. Yeah, let's go Butch chant going on there.
Well, I gotta just wanted to stop by, try to get my thoughts with Bray Wyatt, and gotta bring my daughter to back home.
Okay.
I didn't want to take over your show, you know.
No, go for it. That's it's good. The company is always welcome.
All right, y'all. Sorry I couldn't make it to that Bray Wyatt tribute or the SmackDown or the Raw show, but I just know that he's definitely gonna be missed. You know, I've been watching him since I was a junior in high school, so that should let you know how long he's been in WWE. He like I posted, he wasn't just a great mind, but everybody, I mean, a testament that he was a great person and definitely a great dad. He's always gonna be the eater of worlds. And it's definitely not gonna be another Bray Wyatt ever, especially you know, thinking of new creative storylines and stuff. I wish he could have finished what he started, but now he's with Brody, and you know, they just waiting for the other two to continue to, you know, the Wyatt family. And I'm sorry for JoJo and the kids, and you know, his ex-wife and Bo and their dad. My prayers are to them. I'm hoping they taking it well, but I know it's hard to lose somebody that young.
Yeah, that was devastating.
Yeah, and you know, I texted, like, I was like, Kev, you seen this, right? And I was like, you know, I was looking to make sure this was real.
Me too. That's why I waited until 9 o'clock to do the thing, to go on the air stream. I said, let me wait, and hoping that it was a hoax, you know, really distasteful hoax. So you get pissed off at the person who started the fake hoax, but you know, at the end of the day, you know, when you look at it, oh, it's still alive. But I just waited.
And you know, I'm happy that, you know, some of the wrestlers that was really close with him, you know, paying tribute to him. I'm hoping, you know, when Alexis come back, I hope she could do something for him. I mean, because she was the last person to, you know, the team with him. So I mean, that's the only thing I could think of. And then I don't know. It's gonna be hard to try to make another, because you know, it was Undertaker, and then it went to him. So I don't see any other dark character coming out for probably a while, because I don't see it in NXT. And I mean, I guess AEW got some, but I mean, I don't want them coming to WWE because they can't fill Undertaker or his shoes.
Yeah, before you, let me ask this. Yeah, I gave my thoughts. It's gonna be, if you watch along with me, you can hear it again. It's gonna sound a little redundant. I know a lot of folks want to see if they continue with the Uncle Howdy character and all that stuff. My thoughts were, listen, can we wait first to give our respects, either the burial, cremation, whatever they choose to do with his body, after the funeral, and give about some time for grieving process. And I will have talked to either, you know, Mike Rotunda as Butch wins the match and beats Dempsey. Nice match here, and I know we always talked with. But go back. I'm gonna go real quick again. Let me get back into this thought. I would talk to the family, JoJo, Mike Rotunda, Bo Dallas, if they want to continue with the Uncle Howdy character, or they just want to let it die there, because I don't know what they thought. Maybe Bray will want to continue to live his legacy through his story of the Firefly Uncle Howdy. Maybe that's what Bray might want, because they know him more intimate. Or the grieving is so hard to see his creation living on again and replayed by someone else, that will hurt. So before, people are like, oh, we need to see Uncle Howdy immediately. No, you got to let the family grieve. You got to give peace. Can we at least get him in, have his memorial, his burial, or his cremation, whatever he's going to do, before we want to bring that character back, or anything of semblance of the storyline, or just let it die, let it go. Close the front house, and just
The only
move on. What's your thoughts?
the, the only thing I can think of, Kev, and they got to do it right if they want to continue to. And they did it. They did it for Ray with Eddie. If they can package Bo Dallas person, he needs to continue that.
Exactly. The final say of the direction should be from the family, not from the creative of WWE.
And I'm not gonna lie, and I don't want to sound like I love Bray. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just saying,
Correct.
he could get, if they can package Bo as a, like, you might have to change his name because you don't want him to be Bo Dallas. You want him to be a serious character. If they push him right, then he can end up, basically. I don't like saying this because it sounds wrong. He could basically profit off his brother's death. And it kills me to say that, but WWE is well known for that because they did it with Rey Mysterio. Trust me, Rey wasn't going to get that title. If Eddie didn't die, Rey wasn't going to get that title. And it kills me to say that, but that's just how WWE works.
Right. We see it on both companies, though, because when Mark or Jay Briscoe, one of the Bristol brother that passed away, the other one, Tony Khan immediately put him paper main event, this and that, and now we haven't heard from him since.
See.
So both companies do that. All right, so thanks, Briss, for joining me. I know he'll be back on it once he takes care of business at home. Probably, still remember, this is still an hour and a half left in the wrestling show. So you Chris, if you want to come on back, don't worry about it. You got the key. So for the first group stage, we got victory, a point awarded here to Pete Dunne and Gabe Butch, winning and getting a pinfall on Charlie Dempsey. So it's going to be a group stage similar to like a World Cup, with some points, and then of course knockout stage or elimination stage. To then, of course, until we get a winner that will face Noam Dar on Payback in California on the 30th of September. So I like the way they're doing. They explain that Heritage Cup tonight. So we already see some fireworks in the background already between Lola Vice and Electra Lopez with Kiani James Jordan and Miss Dana Brooks. So wonder, when that match, that's going to be a hard hitting between these four ladies here, these two groups. Also, that #1 contendership for the women's title. Let's get Flash real quick back on again. What's going on, guys?
But yeah, like before I was really interrupted by somebody trying to call me. I just think, like I said, like they could really, really take this serious if Bo and the dad and JoJo, even the kids, like if they say, yeah, this is what my dad would want, I feel like they should go for it. But you gotta, like I said, you gotta repackage Bo Dallas. He can't be Bo Dallas.
No.
Because I won't take him serious. Because the first thing I'm gonna think of is Bo leave, and I'm not gonna believe your character.
And he can't be Uncle Howdy.
No, I just think, be honest with you, it's got to be his last name's got to be Wyatt. He's got to have Wyatt in his last name. Any first name you come up with, he's got to have Wyatt, because everybody knows that's his brother, so he ain't stupid.
Unless if he uses Rotunda. If they allow him to be Rotunda,
you could do that too.
I could be with Rotunda because everybody knew it was with them Rotunda.
Yeah. So, but you got to repackage him, because I would love it. I would love it for Bo, because Bo, it used to be an NXT champion, so he held a prestigious title before. So I can see him, but you gotta have it right though, Kev. It's got to be right, and don't do like AEW, like you said, like dude, boom, he showed up, they pushed him, and then they're like, nah, just leave, bro, just leave, and you can't do that.
Do that, and you're maybe, again, it all depends. If they want to bring him as a Wyatt family, Also, an Uncle Howdy, another figure as Uncle Howdy with Wyatt. I have him do the younger brother Wyatt, something Wyatt, and then Uncle Howdy. You could do that too. Again, it's up to the creative with the family. The family has to have a lot of input in this if they're okay with it.
Yeah, because you can't mess up. Because even though if like I said, if you do it and it's got to be both, you don't want to tarnish, Bray Wyatt's legacy of that storyline.
Yes. Devlin, I think that's more like a G1 climax. Yes, absolutely, and also like a cruiserweight classic. Do you remember the cruiserweight classic a few years ago in NXT? Their only difference is these are wrestlers within the company, but you know what? It does remind me of a G1 climax. Yes.
Well, I guess I'll let you go, Kev, finish the show, and I'm happy I got to talk.
Yeah. No matter, man. Still an hour and a half to fill here. You want to come on back for the last 20 minutes? You're more than welcome.
All right, I'll definitely try to do that.
You got it.
All right, Kev.
You got it. Thank you. All right, yeah. So we got now Meta. We got Ilya Dragunov cutting a promo, interrupted by Supernova 11 by Nolan Dar. All right, Nolan Dar and Ilya Dragunov, the next feud. I kind of like that. So a metaphor like they're running things in NXT. I love it. Ooh, wait a minute. Here we go. This is a good one. I actually want to see Will Ospreay versus Seth freaking Rollins. I mean, everybody wants to see that. But you know what? I like your creativity there even more. Dragon Lee versus Will Ospreay. Banger. Excellent. Excellent. UK versus UK. This was unexpected. Dragunov in the tournament. He's not in there, but they should have put him in there. He's representing Russia. Thanks for the update there. It's 4-0 Yankees there. Brian Pillman Jr. signed. Yeah, he's been signed. He's signed already. I think he might make his TV appearance tonight. They're talking about that they already got plans for him already. They got a creative storyline for Brian Pillman Jr. They already signed with him, but now they came out that they have the creative plans for him. So I'm excited, Jacoby. I'm excited to see what they're going to do with Brian Pillman. Oh, wait a minute. Ilya wants a piece of metaphor. Let's go. I like that. There we go. We got a little bit of a match between Nolan Dar and Ilya Dragunov. We call them a Muppet. What's going on, Jason Barrett? I'm hearing after the contract ends, you know what? There's been buzz about that. This is not the first time I've heard that, Jason, with the Gun Club. There's been Fuego del Sol is already with the WWE, Jason. Fuego del Sol already signed with NXT. He will be debuting soon. I don't know if Camila will come to that from the WWE. That's another name there. But Fuego del Sol is already with NXT. I thought he was going to be part of Mexico in the Heritage Cup. I'm surprised there. Oh, damn. Or Menta going one-on-one with Ilya Dragunov in the ring. They're going back and forth. So back to the Gun Club. Billy Gunn was saying that he wants his sons to be the WWE and I think Billy Gunn, as a father, protecting his kids, and he wanted them to get in the wrestling business. And that's why they stood in AEW. They signed with AEW, so that's why he stuck around in AEW to watch over them, to get them going in the wrestling business. But to be honest with you, what would have benefited the Guns Club would have been a run NXT and helped them get into the WWE Performance Center. They live in Orlando already. It would have been better for the Gun Club to come to, but never say never. I think the Gun Club will be coming WWE bound. I don't know if it's going to be NXT brand. Or I don't know if he's going to be with the main roster. Yeah, Fuego's already signed with the WWE. That I saw that about 2 weeks ago. I mentioned it here on the watch alongs. Fuego del Sol is with the WWE. That's already signed. I said it 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. Yeah, Cody's friends. Now I was surprised that Bucks Omega, who's Cody's friends, didn't come here. But we see a lot of Cody friends. His best friend, Ricky Stark, contract up in 2024. I know he wrestled before in the WWE, or at least, or was backstage, per appearance for Ricky Stark. Max Jacob Freeman, we all know that 2024, although I don't think he's leaving AEW. They let him say whatever he wants. He's unfiltered in AEW. He talks about whatever he wants. I don't see MJF coming to WWE. I thought at first it was, but after I saw that media scrum on Sunday and the way he just talks and the way he blurs things, and the owner doesn't say jack nothing, and he had female reporter, he called her Tits McGee, and nothing. He's got unfiltered, and the owner allows it. And I don't think MJF wants to be filtered by a corporation, by the WWE. I think he wants to continue being that loose cannon. And I think he's going to stay. To me, I hope he comes to WWE, but I think he's going to stay in AEW, my opinion. Yeah, also, another name, I don't know if he's a free agent. I don't know when he's a free agent, Jason. Warlord. Warlord needs to get the hell out of All Elite Wrestling. There is nothing for him. He is wasting his talent. He is wasting his time. He is a wrestler that they could have marketed him. If they would have kept him on fire the way they did before, just think about how big he would have been in Wembley with 80,000 people supposedly chanting Warlord. Imagine that. They missed an opportunity there. They totally froze him. They totally botched his. If they would have kept him on fire and hot, you telling me him in the main event with all those people yelling and screaming his name would have been electric. Even if he wasn't for the world title, or he would have just kept his momentum, his heat. Forget it. That no one would have been talking about the damn media scrum. They would have been talking about the Warlord chant and how big and over he is. They messed up on that, and he needs to get the hell out of AEW. Fuego del Sol versus Axiom. Listen, I would trade, and I know people was like, "Are you crazy?" I would trade Adam Copeland Edge to go to AEW and take Mercedes Moné. Give me Warlord. Give me a couple wrestlers. Give me Warlord to come to the WWE, the Gun Club, and maybe one of the female wrestlers. Like if this was a baseball or fantasy deal where you could trade wrestler for wrestler, and you could have Adam Page, you could have Edge, you could have Edge, you could have Mercedes Moné. Give me Jay Cargill. Yes, there you go. Perfect. I was thinking of perfect, right there. Yes, perfect, yes. Jay Cargill. Now you know the story with Jay Cargill, where what happened first with Jay Cargill. The WWE offered her to come to the NXT brand, to come here first, but she chose All Elite Wrestling because she was going to be on the main roster immediately while learning on the job, and got paid a little more money, or I believe the money was almost the same. But WWE wanted to go through her developmental. She was afraid that she was going to get Last Legend. You know how Last Legend was a WNBA basketball player. You see her now, not and developing slowly, but getting to her niche. I think she was afraid of that. She wanted that stardom. She wanted that money, and she didn't. Hey, listen, if the con man says you're going to start and be on TV immediately, wrestle once a week, you're going to, and probably strap to this title. She took I wouldn't blame her to take that advantage of that, but listen, she won 50 plus matches. And can you remember who was her most formidable opponent? It felt like she had 50 squash matches. Nothing to write home about. No feud that you're like, ooh, that Jay Cargill match with so-and-so was a banger. She just had 50 matches that were So it's crazy. The Twins not even signed to no deal. Which twins? The Carver twins from Miami University. Ooh, and how crazy would be Charlotte Camille versus ooh. Yeah, I thought Jordan Grace was going to come to the WWE, but she's returned to Impact Wrestling. So no Jordan Grace. I would have liked to see Jordan Grace and Rhea Ripley, or Charlotte and Jordan Grace would have been a nice one too. But she's back in Impact Wrestling. I don't know how long is her contract there, but she's obviously she's not returning to the WWE. The Renegade Twins, yes. I've been a big fan of the Renegade Twins. I'm also thinking of wasting their time in AEW and Ring of Honor. The Renegade Twins, a nice run in NXT. They could have bought the NXT World Tag Team Champions, and really pushed the ladies. They're seasoned wrestlers who've been in the indies, and I think getting into the WWE program, you could market them, and they could have been skyrocket, but they like where they're at now. I would like to see the Renegade Twins. Yes, that's a good one. Great names you're bringing up there. Carlito's in a Performance Center getting ready for vignettes. I'll find out tonight. I'll find out if Carlito's there. I live in Orlando, Florida, so I have a lot of friends in NXT. I go to NXT Tuesday nights, from time to time. I got friends in there. I'll find out if Carlito was there doing some vignettes. I'll ask around. I'll snoop around and ask around if that's true with the Carlito vignettes. Listen, a lot of performers go to the Performance Center, like a lot. Finn Balor used to go there every Tuesday night. Whenever there was a match that you had, you have to leave the building in order to go to the bathrooms. The bathrooms are outside, a little bit behind the curtain. When you go outside, you see wrestlers coming in. I seen Ludwig Kaiser. You've seen Finn Balor all the time. It was good for, of course, great friends with JD McDonough, so he'll go there to see and so forth. And they show up. Michael Cole used to see him from time to time at the Performance Center. So they go there. So I'll find out if he was there to cutting those promos. I know before Renee Paquette left, she did a couple of things for the production backstage there as well. She would show up from time to time. Oh, they're not signed with AWRH. No deal. Oh, they're free. So I don't know why they have not signed them. Maybe their asking price is a little too high. I just hope that this in Denver with WWE merger happens, because if there is a hiring freeze, I hope they stop and they can start hiring some wrestlers here. Although we see they're signing Fuego del Sol, so it kind of contradicts themselves. They're hiring freeze, but meanwhile they're signing wrestlers. So they just had a new recruitment class come into the Performance Center from the collegiate level. So they had tryouts in SummerSlam, and now they're going to sign a bunch of recruits. All right, here we go. Someone told me the Angel are building a stable from Uncle Hector Garza, pero demás in Mexico people said that they have Carlito guide them. You know what? That wouldn't be a bad one there. That wouldn't be a bad one there. So we got the ladies here. Dana Brooke, Elektra Lopez going at it, and a tag team here. Center of the ring. That's the pin by Dana Brooks. Get a 2 cover. Pero you know what I like to see with Hector and Humberto? I don't know how ready is Elektra Lopez. I would have liked Elektra Lopez. I don't know if she's going to stay with Lola Vice as a tag team. I don't know if they have Lola Vice being a single star. I know she's getting her reps in. She's just barely going to be a year now signing with the WWE. But she's growing immensely. I don't know if they're going to, make her own singles. I would have had Elektra Lopez with Humberto and Angel go after Legado Fantasma. They left her, remember the storyline? They left her behind and ended up getting Salina. You have them go after them and just go after them viciously. Maybe Carlito's there part of that to help them get their revenge on Legado Fantasma, as Lola Vice gets the pin. So Elektra Lopez and Lola Vice, they get the victory tonight on Dana Brooke and Cleone Jordan. And Dana Brooke's storyline here, she's about to break and blow a gasket of how angry she is. Hey, what's going on, Samurai? Hola, amigos. Saludo, man. Also, I'm hearing people tell WWE bring back Primo and Epico. If Epico's in shape, why not? Why not? I love the Latino representation in the WWE, up and down from Latino World Order to here in the NXT. The Latino representation, Damian Priest, Señor Money in the Bank, phenomenal. Love it. There we go. There's reports they're going to be LWO versus LWO Wolfpack. Dale, I'm for it. Let's go. All right, so Brandon's giving us an update there on some baseball. Thank you, Brandon. When the story is right. Yes, you don't have to rush it. But remember, we got to start building for War Games. Survivor Series, War Games. This is where we're going to start. I don't want to see the winner of the match was Elektra Lopez and Lola Vice. They got the pin. They pinned Keani Jordan. The story was after the match there, Dana Brooks got mad. She started getting a tantrum, banging on the apron. It's going to get to the point where Dana Brooks is going to turn heel on Keani Jordan. It looks like she's going to really lose her gasket. She's getting unhinged. So you know what? I'm all for seeing a heel Dana Brooks. I kind of want to see her Dana Brooks. I don't want to see her no more shaking hands, doing this stupidity. I want her to go in there. I want to see a heel Dana Brooks and getting pushed. Elektra getting her push. Whoa. Yeah, I think it's more Lola Vice, Peter, Jacoby. I think it was Lola Vice. Oh, Lola Vice, awesome. I've been following her career since the NXT, the Bellator. She was 5-0 in Bellator. Then she came over to WWE. Got to a matter of fact, I should post a picture with her at the Performance Center. Cuban American from Miami. She's going to get the sky. She's got potential to be a good star, a great worker. What they tell me in the ring, she's getting better and better. She's got now a full year signed with the WWE, and I think they're gonna again. That's why I don't know if they're going to have Lola Vice go on a singles route or they're going to keep her with Elektra Lopez as tag team, because I would like to see Elektra, like you said, that LWO Wolfpack go after Selena and the LWO, like Selena taking away her like Ala Fantasma teammates and keeping her in NXT. You could do a whole storyline with that, and I'm for it. Let's go. Here we go. It looks like Dana Brooke is going to form a women's group. You could see Tatum Paxley, Stevie Turner. I think Dana Brooke, if she does that heel, like a Toxic Attraction, like 2.0, not they don't have to be exactly like that. I think that will work. Stevie Turner hasn't done anything. That podcast gimmick that she was doing didn't go anywhere. The Performance Center didn't really like that gimmick from her. The people sitting there. But I like Tatum Paxley. She's got a look of viciousness. I can see where you could have a Toxic Attraction group with Dana Brooks there, with Tatum and Stevie Turner. You don't have to call them Toxic Attraction. I'm using that as the template. I like that deal. I like that group. Build it. They build it, and we will support it. I think, they do it. Let's go. Heel Dana Brooks. There you go. Let me go here. Who is debuting? It looks like it might be Brian Pillman Jr. They say they got something for him already. He's already signed with the WWE. They got something for him. I can't wait to see Fuego del Sol. Also, I can't wait for him to get to make his debut. He signed already with the WWE. Also, that's a big influence the way they're using Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee in NXT. He's having a fun time. He's having a great time, and he's going back. Telling his AAA compadres, this is fun here in NXT in Orlando. It's and also Conan has a good relationship with WWE and working with the WWE with AAA Wrestling. So hopefully that's a good partnership here. I think Lola and Elektra is a perfect together. Yeah, they do make a good team, but again, I don't know what vision they have for Lola Vice, Jacoby. What the WWE has, if they're going to make her a single star. Remember, they brought her to WrestleMania media, and she was part of with Santo Escobar. That's telling me that they see long-term investment in a Lola Vice as well as Santo Escobar. So I don't know how long they want to keep Lola Vice, if they want to keep her in a tag team or they want to push her an NXT Women's glory. I still think she has a lot of promo work to do though. With Lola Vice, she still needs a lot of promo work, and I think that's what's going to hold her back. And if she works her ass in promo work, she's gonna skyrocket. Now they got Trick and Mello in the back. All right, let's see. Nobody needs to be singles. I always thought Stevie Ray was better as a tag team with Booker T than a single guy. Yeah, there's nothing, and I would like Jacoby. I would like them to build. I would like them to continue to build more women tag team. That's why I would love them to have a tournament. After this Heritage Cup tournament is over, we get another tournament for reestablishing the women tag team champions. They need to bring that back. I think that was a huge mistake with Rousey up and ending and going back to the UFC. Yes, that's another report. Ronda Rousey wants to fight in UFC 300, so she's going back to rest to fight. So here we go. I like the Creed brothers together, but you could tell that Julius is going to be a star. You see that opening contest, the way he had that one leg, that submission, and then he body slammed the other one with one hand. Uh-oh. All right, here's Dijak. They could have listen, right after Payback, that first Tuesday, the first Tuesday in October, I would announce a tournament for the women tag team titles. Winner happens at Halloween Havoc. Give me the Halloween Havoc for new women tag team champions. Let's go. NXT and new NXT tag team champions. Be more clear. You can have Last Legend and Jakari. That's a tag team. Lola Vice and Electra Lopez. Dana Brooks and Keanu Jordan. If that heel turn happens, let it happen. Let it happen there. You could have Taylor Paxley and Stevie Turner, where now you could do you could have it where Keanu Jordan fights Dana Brooks. Keanu Jordan and Dana Brooks take on Stevie Turner and Taylor Paxley, and they lose. That's when Dana Brooks turns on Keanu Jordan. So you have a storyline within a storyline, and they allow Stevie Turner and Paxley to advance in the tournament. You see what I mean? You could do a lot of good things here and reestablish that NXT women's tag team. If I had the pencil, and I've told them, I live in Orlando already, I could commute right to the Performance Center. It's only 2 miles away. Let's go, Triple H. Michael Hickabaum, Shawn Michaels. Come on, man. That could be an asset. Let's go. So we got Eddie Thorpe against Dijak. Let's go. Ooh. I kind of would have liked to see Eddie Thorpe and Dijak go at it at an underground. They should have gave me an underground match. Not on a Tuesday night. I think it would have got us all invested. Who's interested in tournament? We all are. We all are. That's the fate of sports now. You see the NBA as having a tournament, in-season tournament. You see MLS hasn't. That's a way of the sport now, Luther. They're getting into tournaments, Heritage Cup tournaments. Sports now is becoming short-term tournaments. And I think if you want to bring a women's and establish the NXT women's tag team, why not give it? You want to call it a Dusty Rhodes Memorial, another one, or you just, let's go. Of submission due, all right. What is ESSA? What is an ESSA? I don't know. I don't know what you're talking to me there on that one. Oh, who is in the tournament for the Heritage Cup? They mentioned it earlier. It's going to be Tazara. It's Tazara. It's Joe Coffey. It's Tyler Bates, Charlie Dempsey, Pete Dunne. I'm missing someone else there, but it's 8 competitors. It's 8 competitors all together. So we got Dijak versus Eddie Thorpe, as Dijak is taking his belt off. He's going to use his belt as a weapon, but it's a Canva belt. Come on, man. A women's ladder match. They could do something out of the box in a woman. For the tag team titles, you know what? I'm all right with that. Instead of a tournament, a woman, okay. But then you're gonna need 4 teams only. I was trying to get like eight tag teams together. But you know what? You give me 8 women, 4 tag teams going after the titles, tag titles. I could make it work at Halloween Havoc. All right, so the crowd is behind Eddie Thorpe. Eddie Thorpe is taking it to Dijak. Let me ask you this: are you guys invested in Dijak? Oh, I was gonna get to Eddie Thorpe too. I'm glad you asked that, Jason. He goes, "What is your thought about Eddie Thorpe?" You know what? I like his look. Stature, physique, the way he wrestles. But there's something missing. I kind of want to see a little more New Japan Eddie Thorpe here. There's something missing with him. I don't know if he's got training wheels or they're trying to get him into the WWE type of brand of wrestling, but there's something missing with Eddie Thorpe that I don't know. Yeah, like a Tatanka. Yeah, he does the ritual like Tatanka, the way he, that's the typical Native American Indian dance that they do. So I don't know. There's something missing with Thorpe. I like it, but there's just something. I don't know what it is. And I hope it's not a heel turn. I mean, why does everyone have to? It's so easy to be a heel, to be disliked. I just want him to get over. Oh, Dijak. Maybe it is gonna be a heel turn from Eddie Thorpe. Because I don't want him to be a baby face and always jobbing or losing as Dijak with a kick in the face. Ah, come on. Don't get a pin on him. 1, 2. Thorpe lost. I'm not invested in Dijak. I'm not a big fan of Dijak. I don't know. And Eddie Thorpe is missing something, but I don't see the big thing. Only thing that Dijak is tall. That's what the WWE They fit. He checks that box. He needs a manager or a valet. That's the one thing I keep saying. I said it time and time again when it comes to NXT. Yes, you're developing the wrestlers of tomorrow. You're developing the performers of tomorrow. We need to start setting up for managers of tomorrow. We need the next Paul Heyman. We need the next Bobby the Brain Heenan. We need the next Don Callis. We need those guys. We need those men or women. We need to start making more managers. That's why I thought they did it. They could have. I know they could have saved Ronda Rousey more in her WWE career. I know everyone wanted to see her leave, but I think if Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler would have had Robert Stone as their manager, I think there would have been those tag team titles or the tag team matches would have been more interesting. Have Robert Stone cut promos for them. I know Paul Heyman was too busy with the bloodline, and you can't always, Paul Heyman is not getting any younger. You need to create the next Paul Heyman. You need to create the next manager. And I think they need to do that as well in NXT. There's nothing more. Wrestling always had managers and valets. They need to continue to bring the new up and coming. Those that have the wit to talk, who are quick but may not be some good wrestlers or may have injuries. Develop them. Oh, we got Braun and Corbin. Let me ask you, Jason, do you like the Braun heel turn? I wanted him to stay as a face because I didn't want him to get people comparing him too much to his uncle with Scott Steiner. That was my only worry. He's making it work as a heel. He's making it really work. Him challenging Seth Rollins and all that. I still wanted him to stay as a babyface, but because I didn't want to get the comparison of being Scott Steiner, man. Ooh, I loved it. He just told Corbin if he gets involved, he's gonna give him the end of days to him. I love it. I love it. Oh, we get the Bray Wyatt. All right. We're gonna have a Bray Wyatt promo tribute. I'm pretty sure it's the same video they played on SmackDown, but they're gonna honor him on NXT. Well done. Very well done. So we got a lot of good stuff here tonight on the NXT program here this evening. Talking about all these different tournaments, all these different wrestlers on its way, creative-wise. Right now, WWE is just growing with the possibilities of newcomers from outside the company, within the company. I mean, we haven't even talked about some of their wrestlers that they have in-house. You know, from Bronco Lima and Lucius Prince. That tag team right there, guys, I've been saying that for a while now. That tag team is going to be banging. They're going to be awesome. They are the future of tag team division. They fix the box. They're commercial. I mean, they could be promoted. They're big. They're tall. They remind me of Doom. You know, Ron Simmons and Butch Reed. They remind me of Doom. They remind me. My God, not quite Harlem Heat because Booker T was more slimmer and more elusive. But these guys are hard hitters. I mean, they APA type. Okay, Javier Brownell could be a manager. You know what? Never thought about that. He can manage a new. Yeah, you know what? Javier, yes. Javier is a funny dude. You know, I was sitting on a house show in Sanford on the NXT. So he was taking a bump outside the ring, and he was crawling through he was in a tag team. So he was crawling on the apron, and he was untying everybody's shoelaces. Everybody's shoelaces in the front row. He untied my shoelaces. He untied everyone. He's just that kind of guy that gets it, you know, with the comedy. But yeah, you know what? Javier Bernal will be a good manager. You know what? I never thought about that. Although they pushing him. Have you noticed him with Javier Bernal? He's a favorite of Shawn Michaels. He has if you listen to his introduction music, it sounds like Sexy Boy type, doesn't it? They like him. Put it this way, Javier Bernal is liked in the WWE in the Performance Center. Shawn Michaels is a favorite. Don't be surprised if by the end of the year he gets a little bit of a push. But as a manager, I never thought about it. It makes sense. Cry Me a River time. Phil, Jungle Boy. Oh my God. Oh, they remind me of Crime Time. I read that wrong. What the hell? I saw Crime in Rivers. Crime Time. Crime Time. You know what? Yeah. I'm already thinking of AEW when I said remind me of Crime River. I don't know what rhyme with Crime Time. Yeah, you know what? You're right. You're right with that. Crime Time. I even took it deeper with Doom. Because Doom was just, I mean, they were just rough. If you ever get a chance to watch the old WCW, NWA, when they had, I think it was Colonel Sanders or Colonel Sanders is the Kentucky Fried Chicken guy. The Colonel, I don't remember his last name, from NWA. They kind of remind me of Doom. They just that type, man. As we get the Humberto and Hector Garza. Oh God. Also, you got another wrestler. I don't know how is he bleeding? What is he bleeding? They need to relive the tag team up again. Yes, they need to revive it. It's kind of a little bit dead. They have the talent too. Boy, Hector, Humberto and Angel, they look like they still live in apartments. I guess they didn't make enough money in the WWE to own a house. They got scratches. They got the scratch marks. Okay. What are they, the Panthers now? Also, they have Miles Bourne. Miles, watching him on Level Up, and also awesome dude. Another one who could go. Looks like Diamond Mine. I kept saying, you know what? You need to be part of Diamond Mine, man. There's a lot of young, talented wrestlers in there that they have that within house. Not only the ones that are coming from the outside of WWE. So it looks like these guys are going to team up. These cousins are going to mend their differences, and they're ripping the Lotharios t-shirts. Yeah, enough with the kisses. Enough with the kisses on the cheeks and all that crap. Get serious, man. All right, so they return next week. I guess they're gonna go. They're gonna scratch their way back. Well, I guess they're gonna scratch their way back. All right, so they're giving that tribute to both men that passed. Of course, here's the Bray Wyatt tribute. Of course, if you could talk, speaking about NXT, that's why I put the black and gold tonight, the old NXT logo, not the 2.0. I know it's like, yeah, that's old. BX, that's an old one. No, I did this on purpose tonight because Bray Wyatt, in my opinion, is one of the pillars, godfathers of the NXT original. You know, coming over from Florida Championship Wrestling into the NXT when they were in Full Sail. He's one of those guys. When you think about the origin of NXT, you Wyndham Rotunda, Bray Wyatt, Husky Harris from Nexus. Those are what you think of. He's one of those godfathers, day one type of guys that you start thinking of that. That's why I think, I'm gonna put that NXT brand old one, and I go, wait a minute, that's not the new one, that's the old one for that reason. That's just my opinion. That's just my thought. I think Bray is one of those guys from the very beginning. Mr. Wyndham Rotunda. Of course, that's the same video tribute we saw yesterday. They're giving it on NXT tonight. Phenomenal. I could watch that over and over, and always hits in the right spots of. You can only just like, wow, what a talented individual, and feel for his family. And the Fiend. Now, a lot of people say that Joe Gacy. Now, interesting enough, with Joe Gacy trying to, of course, the cheap knockoff of Bray Wyatt. Tonight was interesting at that cage match. Ayats lost in that cage match. Ava stormed out and left Joe Gacy alone. Could it be that they're WWE's way of scrapping Joe Gacy's schism fashion? And interesting there. Just put a food of thought there, because it's hitting too close to Bray Wyatt's Wyatt family gimmick, maybe. We know that the Dyads are leaving next month. Both Dustin Fowler and Jagged Reed are both leaving the WWE. Their contracts are up. They wanted their release over 2 months ago. WWE denied it. They wanted them to fulfill their obligation. So it looks like the Dyads will be leaving the WWE. Joe Gacy stood alone by himself there. Ava stormed out. I think that's the end of the schism with Joe Gacy. I think that whole group might be dissolved. It might be. It just reminds too much of Bray here. Maybe the WWE don't want that no more, and that's the way of putting closure there. And of course, they're showing good touching promo last night by Becky Lynch. If you haven't seen it, after Raw went off the air, she posted it on Twitter talking about how Bray was her friend and he was the only one who helped her when she first ever did a tables match. She didn't even know how to open up a table, let alone pull it out of the ring, from underneath the ring and open it. She was nervous as hell, and he took the time to teach her, to show her, and put that kind of work. And she just shared a great story on who he was, and the NXT with their phones out, with becoming Fireflies. Love it. Good job, fellas. Good job, folks in Orlando. Great job, and they brought the chair out again. Love it. Wow. Again, chills. There we go. I don't want to get into it, but what your thoughts should be, Uncle? Who should be with Uncle Howdy? Yeah, I mentioned it earlier. I was saying that earlier when I had Chris, my buddy here on the program. I was saying it earlier. I would wait until they mourn him, put him to rest, have his funeral, give the family time to grieve, then have a conversation or meeting with Bo, Dallas, JoJo, Mike Rotunda, the father. Find out what the family, whoever needs to be involved in the family, to talk about it and ask them, listen, what would Bray want to do? Will he want him to continue the Uncle Howdy story with the Fireflies and the Wyatt family? Also Alexa Bliss has a lot to do with it as well. Have that conversation. Do they creatively want to continue with it? Would it be too much of a tough time to get over grieving? Because if you see that, you're going to remind too much. It's going to hurt the loss. Or do you think that's what Wyndham wouldn't want and continue to business as usual with his imagination, with his storytelling through there? You could have, and we were talking when I was saying with Chris, but Bo Dallas cannot come back as Bo Dallas. He's got to come back as something Wyatt or Rotunda. He cannot be Uncle Howdy though. You still gotta find someone to play the Uncle Howdy character, and now it's gonna be Bo. We know him as Bo, but Bo taking over that storyline if you want to go that route. I don't want them to do like they did with the Bridgestone brothers. Go for a cheap dollar or a cheap pop. And again, I'm not saying it was the Bridgestone himself. I'm talking about AEW. When the Bridgestone brother passed away, I thought, I know that's what he wanted. He wanted a show to go on. But now Mark Bridgestone is not even pushed. Where is he? He's not even on TV. He didn't even wrestle in England. I mean, they didn't even put him in All In. Think about it. So I don't want the WWE to think that they're clout chasing like the way Tony Khan did on his brand. When Bo is ready, yes. But who? That's the question. Who will step into that persona of being Uncle Howdy? Who? That's a good question. I know they bought Vincent. I forget the other guy name from Darren Ring of Honor now with the long hair. They were I saw them in the Performance Center myself. And I said hello to Vincent. I thought they were going to be part of the Wyatt Six family. They were bringing them in. I don't know what happened. Bray got sick. That got scrapped. They signed with Ring of Honor. There we go. Nobody's talking about it. But if WWE did it, I'm done with WWE. Okay, I get it. But let me ask you this, Jason. If Bo wants to do it, and WWE, would you WWE say no to it, or would you allow it? If the family wants it to do it, so listen, I want them to continue honoring my son or JoJo, my husband, and I want there to continue. Then you gotta okay. Yes, it's a wait. I'm with you. It's a wait and see. It's a wait and see where they're going with this. I agree with you. It's a wait and see. I totally agree with you there. Again, I don't want them to rush it. I want them to lay the men to rest. give him his proper burial, his ceremony, and let the family grieve. We don't need them to rush with Uncle Howdy or White Rabbit or any tease of this right now. Just right now, I think the wrestling universe, the WWE universe and wrestling universe in general, we're all mourning. We want to give our, they need to grieve. I agree with you on that. But I don't want the bout chasing. I know Chris was saying earlier, and he's probably got a point to it. I kind of agree with his point a little bit. I do agree with it. Put it this way. Matter of fact, when he said that Eddie Guerrero's passing actually helped Rey Mysterio win that world title, because I don't think if he would have not passed, I don't think the WWE would have even thought about giving Rey Mysterio a world title opportunity. And I think he's kind of right. I hate to say it. It worked out great for Rey Mysterio, and years later, but I'm pretty sure a lot of folks at that time were frowning as well. We got Rhea cutting a promo backstage with Dirty Dom. Jay Lethal, yeah, I haven't not seen him. Jay Lethal is very loyal to Khan. He said he loves that. I don't see Jay Lethal going anywhere either. Scorpio Sky is another one that I'm like, what the hell is Scorpio Sky doing? Very talented wrestler doing nothing. Scorpio Sky. I think what messed up AEW was, and they bought Jack Lambert from American Top Team, and they did all that. It was like, with Sky, and I know Ethan Page is he's a Triple A champion. I don't know what title he's holding, but I know he's a Triple A champion. Another one I think who is talented, not being used well. You like Butcher and the Blade? All right, Butcher and the Blade in NXT. Okay. You know what? What kills me though, when it comes to the Butcher and the Blade, they jobbed them so much that I can't take them serious. Maybe they do need a restart somewhere else. All right, Nathan Frazier. There's Nathan Frazier. And we have another Heritage Cup matchup. Nathan Frazier, the former Heritage Cup champion. All right, let's go. Also, winner Group A wins plays Group B. All right. So Butch with 2 points for winning. So they're gonna go like points. Tobin, what's going on? I heard Brock Anderson. Yes, Arn Anderson's his contract is coming up. I don't know if there's any interest by the WWE. I don't know. I don't know if there's any interest. All right, let me make it. Let me answer this text is from work because we're under hurricane little watch, so I'll make sure. Brock Anderson. Let me ask you, Tobin. Do you like Brock Anderson? Would you like Brock Anderson? I haven't seen too much. AEW didn't showcase him too greatly to see Brock Anderson. I know son of a legendary Arn Anderson. Unless if you want to team him up with Brian Pillman Jr. and have like a brain buster type of move there. Like Tony Anderson and Tony Blanchard and Arn Anderson, you want to team them up? You could do that. I want to see a little more of him. Well, I'm interested. I'm up for it. Sorry, I had to answer because we're on standby to see we're working tomorrow due to the tropical storm that we're having here in Florida. So I just had to answer that real quick. Apologies on that there. I saw the Street Profits with Tony D'Angelo, with Melo. Interesting with Melo and NXT. Let me ask you this: do you think they're teasing Melo leaving to Bobby Lashley's group? If he drops, it'd be interesting if Melo drops the NXT World Title, or he has a hiccup, or even if he joins the Bobby Lashley's group as NXT World Champion. It also brings eyeballs. And the way they're crossing with Dominic defending that North American title and being part of the main roster with that North American title, wouldn't mind seeing NXT champion with Bobby Lashley group there and seeing them on Friday nights. I'm for it. All right, here it is. He's a decent worker, but I think Brock will do well in NXT. Could build his own legacy with those guys. Yes. And it's up to Brock Anderson though. If Brock wants to be his own man and get away from Daddy's cushion, the way Charlotte, when she came to NXT, you hear Charlotte's story. She didn't want her promo when she cut to the NXT group at that time. I am so and so person. I'm not this so and so's daughter. I'm here to work and earn. And she cut that hard for doing her own legacy. I think if Brock wants to do that, I respect that. I wouldn't mind that. That's where Tony Khan, with that money he invested, he had not made a huge mistake. He still got time to rectify that mistake. He should make a performance center. Don't call it a power plant because you're ripping off AEW, WCW. He needs to have a developmental where you could bring some of these talented wrestlers from the indies and have them develop in All Elite Wrestling and have that. That's what he really needs. If he wants to consider himself a threat to the WWE, he needs to start making a performance center where these guys learn the basics and not botch all these moves. There you go. People think AEW will do well in NXT. One Pillman, Brock Anderson, Renegade Twins, Warlock. I think they will do good though, Torben. I think they will because here's the thing with it. Pillman's wrestled already on TV. He knows the etiquettes, and so does Brock. And all those wrestlers that we see there, and listen, when Black and Gold was in his heyday, that's what Black and Gold was. They bought they had some of their wrestlers in FCW, OVW, and they started bringing some of the indies wrestlers, were developing some of their own, and all they were doing is putting them through the way WWE machine works, creative-wise, story-wise, and fine-tuning their skills. That's why those takeovers with Black and Gold were phenomenal, were successful, because of that reason, because that worked. I think they want to recapture that gold or that kind of Black and Gold standard. I think that's the route. Sometimes you got to look a little bit into your past to take a couple steps to your future. If they do it that route there, why not? You're bringing up folks that are not being used in the other companies that have talent that you could see, that you could put skyrocket and go. First of all, Warlord should be on the main roster. Warlord won't be coming to NXT. Warlord is a main roster type of big name that you could put. You could debate Pillman. I would say Pillman's going to NXT, but if Pillman would have came right to the WWE, the main roster, it would have not hurt either. I think he's that good. I think he's been roster ready. But if they want to put him to the WWE ins and outs and develop them the way the machine works in WWE, why not? Him and Brock Anderson. Renegade Twins, another one. They should be in NXT. getting the season. I think they're great workers. I think they'll be even more over. And heck, LA Knight started off in NXT. Remember that. LA Knight was in NXT for a year. So no one is too big for it. Although I think Warlord doesn't belong in NXT. It'll be too much. Sky Blue. No, Sky Blue is not leaving. Sky Blue won't be leaving at AEW. Sky Blue, she's a fan favorite on that company. Even though she's jobbing and losing, unless they won't let her go. They'll reuse her. They'll re-up her. She's under Madison Rain's tutelage. She won't go. She won't leave there. ROH is developmental. Okay. You know what? I'll give you that because I don't watch Ring of Honor, to be honest with you, but I'll give you that. Here you go. Let's first and foremost, Jacoby, let's get you an aspirin. Let's get an aspirin going first. You know, we want to make sure that headache gets taken care of. Look at what doing with Johnny TV in AEW. Vince was bad, but AEW is terrible. What are doing with him? At least he's winning intercontinental titles. And Johnny TV. Oh, where is Tyra Valkyrie in AEW? Well, Tyra Valkyrie, I thought she was going to defeat Jade Cargill. When they put her in, they didn't let her beat Jade Cargill. Statlander did. And now no one. Now Ruby Soho is going to wrestle this Sunday. You're telling me you couldn't put Statlander to wrestle on Sunday in your biggest show? One of those titles didn't get showcased there. The women only had one match in 8 minutes. One match on All Elite in about what? That was like a 6-hour or 5-hour card, and you only had one 8-minute match. You gave the women only 8 minutes on a 5 to 6 hour wrestling show. And meanwhile, no one's saying a peep about that. But meanwhile, everybody was losing their brains when the match between Becky Lynch and what's it called her? This girl, Trish Stratus, was scrapped from SummerSlam. But there was still no one says anything about that. Meanwhile, where's the David Meltzers, the other PW Torch, all the other morons? They were complaining about that not being on SummerSlam. But meanwhile, they only had 8 minutes in a 5.5 hour, 6 hour wrestling show. Oh, Johnny TV, I got you. And now I'm like Johnny Morrison. There you go. I was thinking of the other one, the one with the bowling shirt. You know which one? QT Marshall. That's my Johnny TV with Johnny T. QT Marshall. Johnny TV. Here's the problem when it comes to All Elite Wrestling. There's nothing wrong with it. It's the wrestlers wrestle. The performers. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. Booking of the company is hurting it because they don't know storylines. Oh, what a 1, 2. Nathan Frazier took the loss there. Wow. Joe Coffey picks up the victory after Nathan Frazier. So he gets 2 points. Let's get Chris back on. Chris, thank you for coming back, pal.
No problem. I was like eating, so I was reading what was going on.
Yeah, a little busy, extremely busy chat, but I love it. Appreciate it. Different wrestlers that we're talking about. A lot of good names, man. A lot of good names here. Up and down with wrestlers probably joining NXT, or we would like to join NXT. Rumored to join. Some are signed, like Fuego del Sol and Brian Pillman Jr. Man.
So, because I read about the Brian Pillman Jr. thing. Does he want to?
Yes.
Does he want to follow in his dad's footsteps?
I don't know if he does or doesn't. I think he's just being his own. He's carving up his own.
I mean, because he has his dad's name.
Yes. Oh, you're talking about a name of change in the WWE?
Yeah, like you think they're gonna change his name or?
That's interesting. I am more intrigued with you. I think it's gonna stay as Byron Pillman Jr.
Because I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so WCW did this right, but then they dropped the ball when they did it kind of too. What if they reunite the Hollywood Blondes?
Hollywood Blondes with?
That's a good question. It has to be. I feel like Stone Cold should be able to pick the other person.
Okay.
You know, I mean that was his partner, and I know he's close with Brian Pillman Jr.
Okay. You know, I never, because also we have Brock Anderson. We were talking about Brock Anderson, whose contract is up. That's the son of Arn Anderson, and he's also on AEW. It'd be interesting to see, because I know he's part of the Varsity Blonde in AEW. You don't want to bring something too similar with that copy infringement. Oh, look at this! I didn't see, look at this one. Hollywood Blondes with Elias. Elias as a blonde.
So I'm trying to think, man. Who would either got blonde hair or who would look good with blonde hair?
You got Miles Bourne. But Miles Bourne. But the thing is, the promos are going to be, because Miles doesn't. You know, Miles is one of the. He's. I believe he's hearing impaired. Because he still cuts good. He still talks. He could hear, not hear too well, but he could hear. But he's declared to be hearing impaired. Oh, look at this.
And the only why I brought the Hollywood Blondes up, Kev, because I feel like the tag team division is a little dry, and I think they need something new.
We were talking about that too on the chat. We were saying, you know, we need to bring some tag team. And speaking of Miles Bourne, he's sweeping the ring. See, he's talking right now. And he got Fallon Henley. Okay. They have the NXT Anonymous. Oh, Brooks and Jensen and Miles Bourne. Nice. All right, nice. Miles Bourne, a nice dude. Interesting. I like it. I'm a big fan of Miles Bourne. He did a nice video for me on my channel. I'll play it next time. I got a fight in my folder. Awesome dude. I'm a big fan of Miles Bourne, so because you know he did a favor to the channel. Miles Bourne is a storyline. This is fresh. We'd like to build the future. Yes, he could go, man. It just he's got to cut some. He's got to cut promos. You know, I know he's got that. That's why we were talking earlier, Chris. WWE needs to make managers.
Yeah, we need
Heymans. We need the next Heymans, the next so and so.
Or damn, I can't think of his name, man. He was a good manager in the 80s and the 90s. And then
Jimmy Hart?
No, he became a commentator.
Jerry? No, not Jerry the King.
He just died, man. He had cancer. Well, he just died, but he had cancer. I can't think of his name.
Right here.
Yes.
Yeah, and he was mentioning Javier Bernard as a good one, as a good manager. We got that name up there. We're gonna see if we get some more managers.
I feel like down the road, I feel like Miz is gonna be a good manager.
Miz, yeah, when he gets older, he wants to stick around. Miz, who else? Even LA Knight when this time comes.
I'm trying to think who else.
Johnny Gargano will be a good manager when he gets older.
Yeah, because he can cut good promos too.
He could cut a good promo.
But back to what's his name? John Morrison. I'm not gonna even lie. I don't understand. Like, is it me or WWE and AEW can't book this man right?
It's a him.
You think it's him? Because I mean, he won more titles in other places. That's why I'm confused.
It's him, because if he comes to the major companies and you get the same flat line. Some people are just bigger fishes in small ponds, and when you put them in a big pond, they can't. They don't thrive.
And I can say this too. His wife is a bigger draw than he is.
But they're not using her well there either.
But she's
We're talking
good,
about that.
But she's good though.
Yes.
I think she should have beat what's her name, Jade.
I just said that too. I said, you know what? I understand Safliner won it and all, but it should have been Tyra Vackley taking that away.
Yep.
Getting that victory, because it, yeah, I agree with you on that. But now we got to use her, because that's why I was complaining. We were talking earlier about All In. They had it was like almost 6-hour wrestling show, and the woman only had one match, and it was 8 minutes long.
Yeah, that's pathetic. That's
it.
That's like old WWE.
8 minutes long. One match, 8 minutes long. When you have Chris Statlander as your secondary champion, she should have been at least, even if you would have put it at 0 hour, you should have had her at least, even if it was a squash match, wrestle someone.
I agree.
Not now, and then the two. Let's put it this way: Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné had more TV time.
Yep.
On AEW's big screen than the women's wrestling match, and that's pathetic. And she's not even in the company yet.
Because we already know what they're doing. They're building the Paige and her storyline, because she's the one that broke Paige's her neck. So we see it coming.
Yeah.
And I'll say this too. I'm glad Trinity is making her name out of WWE, because now it just makes WWE even more stupid, because look how talented she is. And y'all didn't know how to use her or Sasha. Yeah, y'all took the tag titles. It was like, oh, it's irrelevant. We don't care. And they're still doing that.
I don't want to sound like a WWE homer.
I know, Kev, but I'm just saying, I'm happy, because most people thought she wasn't going to do anything.
All right. What's going on, Ben? He says that the show has been good. I also realized Garza had a scar and is teasing of Humberto, and then they build a new Los Perros del Mal. Like AAA back when his uncle Hector Garza. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate it, because I didn't know what was the name. I was trying to find out what was the name of the identification of the scar. And if they are Los Perros del Mal, I like it. Let's go. Let's go. I'm all for anything with any Latino names in the back of it. Perro del Mal, vamos. Let's go. I'm for it. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate that one.
Man, I see why your last name is Cook, bro. You're cooking up some good stuff.
He's cooking. Ben is cooking, and not just rice, baby. He's cooking some filet and some good stuff, bro. That was awesome. That's a good one there. I didn't know. Good one there, man. Oh, look at Wesley.
You know who would be a good manager for that team?
I'm all ears.
Carlito.
That's what they mentioned it earlier. They mentioned it earlier.
See,
I gotta give credit. Let me scroll up. I'm gonna give the credit to credit is due.
Okay.
I was saying Lola Vice, but no. I think let me see. I'm gonna get the right person. If it was Jason, I think it was Jason Barnett. Let me see. Make sure. Hold on. I think it was Jason. Yes, it is. I think it was Jason. Jason has been on fire too with some great back and forth here with I loved it.
See, and I look, Jason, I didn't steal it from you. I didn't even know you said that, but great minds think alike. I think Carlito will be perfect for that team.
To go there, because he mentioned about and also Jacoby mentioned like an LWO Wolfpack. So Jacoby also mentioned it as well. We're all in agreement here. At the bottom line, everyone in the chat back and forth with agreement and coming up with their own creative minds here. It's been fun. It's been extremely fun.
So I want to ask you your opinion on this, Kev. You think Edge is done with wrestling, or you think he's going to AEW?
I've said it once before, and I'll say it once. And I'll keep saying I wouldn't mind Edge to go to AEW. As much as I'm not a big fan of AEW, you know that. AEW will benefit with Edge if he wants to continue to wrestle. If he wants to wrestle AEW, I think it will really benefit him to wrestle some of these matches of some of these folks that he hasn't wrestled, like the Omega. We could sit here hours making matches for Edge. If he wants to team up with Christian, if that's something he wants to do, I have no problem with him going to AEW. But however, I think he's going to stay a WWE lifer.
Okay.
I think he'll wrestle. He'll have either a Brock Lesnar type of wrestler contract, a special occasion whenever they need him, or he won't wrestle. Period. I think he already accomplished or showed us that he came back from that injury, and he's ready to go. Here we go. We're talking about after this merger, 2024 NXT Mexico, NXT Europe. Oh, we got a helicopter. That's Kiana James. Never mind. All right, who just arrived in the helicopter? It's Kiana James. Kiana James is about a year away before debuting on the main roster permanently. I see main roster in Kiana James. So here's the main event now. Fatal 4-way. We got Roxanne Perez in the ring, Gigi Dolan, Kiana James, and now we're waiting for Blair Davenport. Who will wrestle Tiffany Stratton? Who will be the number one contender? We'll find out. I think it's going to be Gigi. It's too soon for. I think Roxanne is going through some hard times. So here's Blair Davenport. Who do you guys like? Who do you guys like for this fatal 4-way here to win against Tiffany Stratton?
I ain't gonna lie. I think I agree with you because I think Roxanne already won it once, and you saw how that went. So,
Christopher, what's going on? What's funny about I see Edge being a homer for WWE, but I hear WWE is also interesting in bringing back Christian. WWE wins the award when they post NFL belts. Classy heel move. What's going on, man? Thank you. Yeah, you saw that with the title. We got Samurai joining us here for a moment. What's going on, Sammy?
What's up, Samurai?
All right, so the fatal 4-way beginning. We got. Let's go.
Hello.
Yeah, what's up?
Hi, Samurai.
What's going on? Oh, I was trying to pause the stream. Hold on. What's going on over here?
We're watching some NXT, baby. Talk to us.
Man, I was listening to everything that's going on. I mean, you didn't even acknowledge the fact that I told you about how NXT can go back to their heyday.
I highlighted. I give you credit.
Well, no, I mean, I mentioned that to you on Sunday. Remember?
Yes, you did.
Hold on, I cannot. Give me a second.
All right, he's gonna fix his audio issues.
There you go. Hello.
Yeah, what's
We
up?
can hear you, brother.
Okay, now I was trying to fix it to where I could actually hear myself. Well, not hear myself, but like hear you as well. But it was so
getting an echo though.
So quiet. I know I gotta fix it. Hold on.
Hey man, Kev over there typing the
All right.
paragraph.
Yeah, I'm typing up.
Alright,
I'm typing up here for the chat. There you go, guys. I put something in the chat for everyone that's watching along with us, and I don't know where it went. Did it disappear? Oh, there we go.
Okay, is the echo still there or no?
No.
No.
Okay. All right. I turned my phone down.
Jason, I don't do the Dynamite because I have no one to join me to do it. I'm not a big fan of All Elite Dynamite. That's why if I had someone to join me, I'll watch it because I like wrestling. But if I'm by myself, it doesn't pique my interest to do it. So if I had a partner to come, I want to do it. That's why I put that there. If anyone's interested in joining us as part of the panelists here, you could just reach out to me, like Chris. Sometimes Chris is working on Tuesdays. He can join me, or Samurai, or vice versa. So it's right there.
Yes, indeed. Also, I also heard that you're talking about like Fuego del Sol and
Yes.
Brian Pillman Jr. and all that. Like I don't know if Fuego does he have interest in WWE or do they have interest in him? I tried to look it up,
He's
but
signed already. He's already signed with the WWE.
Oh, okay. I mean, how's he gonna like? Is he gonna be in the mask or what?
I don't know when he's gonna debut, but he's signed, so they're gonna probably go through, the normal stuff. Like when Dragon Lee signed, it took him a while for Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee, I think it was like 2 months before, and then he came when he said goodbye in AAA. I think he's gonna finish some obligations and then come to the NXT brand.
Yeah, I mean, I know Brian Pillman's already signed, so I knew that already.
Oh, I know what you mean, Jason. You want to see me roll my eyes and like, oh, well, Moxley, the minute Moxley's name is introduced, he's already bleeding.
That's true. He is.
Thanks.
It's so funny. So what else? Yeah, I can hear myself. It's crazy.
Hey, I got a good one, Samurai. We could do Dynamite tomorrow. I know you don't watch it, but hopefully Drizzly becomes a sponsor. If Drizzly becomes a sponsor of the show and gives us a nice promo code, we'll get a bottle of something, a whiskey, whatever. Every time there's a botch, we take a drink. I think we'll be drunk by the end of the stream, but I mean, with all the botches that AEW does. But every time there's a botch, we have to take a shot.
Oh, that's funny. I mean, if you do a thing, I'll join. I don't watch AEW, but
all right, I think we'll do it then. Jason, you're gonna be here tomorrow. Why not? What the hell? Let's do it.
yeah, I'll just be here, just like mind my own business. I don't watch AEW. I can't watch AEW anyway.
We'll put it on tomorrow, and we definitely. Sí, hablamos en español, Cristian. ¿Cómo está, Cristian? Gracias por sintonizarte esta noche con nosotros aquí. Gracias por venir, Cristian.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Maria, funny.
Maria, there you go. Oh. Maria, yeah, CM Punk is gonna. Yeah, that's right. Oh, and you know what? My house and it's all. My screen is all glass too. Ow. Maria, we're doing well. How you doing, Maria?
What do you think about them suspending both Jack Perry and Punk?
You know what? You got to do it.
Yeah, but AEW All Out is this Sunday too, so how's that going to even work?
They're gonna cave. They're gonna cave for CM Punk.
You think so?
Yeah. Chicago is his town. They know better.
I mean, to that I do agree. I mean, like CM Punk is he's just a big crybaby. But
let me answer this question here. Christian asked in Spanish, ¿será verdad que Becky le quitará el título a Tiffany? Is it true that Tiffany will lose her title to Becky Lynch?
No.
Becky nunca ha ganado el título de la NXT, de la división de mujeres. No sé si Becky le dará ese título, porque será dificultosa para ella ganar, para alguien quitárselo a ella en el futuro. Yo creo que no. Que van a tener una lucha, sí. Van a tener una pelea, claro que sí. They're going to have a match, yes. I think they will. Yo creo que alguien se va a entrometerse o entrar en la lucha. Y yo creo que Becky pierde ese encuentro entre las dos mujeres, pero no sé. I don't see her. Yo no la veo con el título, pero me gustaría, honestamente, me gustaría Becky coger ese título porque nunca ha ganado ese título en su carrera. Y también le ayuda ese título verse en Raw y que la vea ese título en the main roster, hubiera sido perfecto. Pero gracias.
I mean, I'm gonna just sit here. I'm gonna agree with almost everything you said, but
I can't speak it, but I can understand a little bit of it.
I mean, really, realistically, I don't think Becky. I mean, she hasn't been the NXT champion, has she?
No.
So I mean, I could see her beating, beating Tiffany, but at the same time, it's like, do you really want to go through all of that? I mean, unless you want to.
They did it for Charlotte again.
They did.
Yeah. So I mean, if Becky never won it, I mean, it would probably be the perfect time to give it to Becky.
Que es como Rhea y que entró en los varios rosters. Yeah, maybe that's like Rhea. Like,
I mean,
okay, yo puedo ver aquí este escenario. Let me tell real quick. Yo veo un escenario que Becky le gana la cinturón a Tiffany y Rhea se mete en la lucha cuando Lara Valkyria lucha contra Becky y es Rhea que le cuesta el título y Lara Valkyria se queda campeona porque Rhea el referee se distrayó y le mete con la correa, lo que sea, y ayuda a su amiga Lara Valkyria a ganar el título. Tú sabes que yo creo que eso puede ser también. That's the way I'm going to say it now in English. I think we were talking about, I don't see Becky winning the title, but I say, you know what, maybe Becky does take the title away from Tiffany, and then later down the road, in a couple, short term, Rhea interferes and calls Becky the NXT Women title to Lara Valkyria wins the title. Remember, they have friendship, and she earned her respect going one-on-one. I can see that happening.
I mean, again, I agree with you, but at the same time, it's like she would be dropping the title to Lyra Valkyria, so yes, it makes sense.
Yeah, let her win that title. Let her have it for about a month. Similar to what Dominic Mysterio is doing. Defending in a Raw, walking around with that title, give it some clout, give it some exposure, and then let Rhea. Then you could set up Rhea versus Becky.
Yeah, I mean, do you have Dominic? Who do you have beat Dominic for the title? Is what I'm trying to say, I guess.
But I don't think it's gonna happen. Because he wants world title aspiration. I wanted Wesley. I said I want Wesley to get his title back, but on the main roster, so everyone in the world can see him win. But no, but it looks like he's hot rocks. Ooh. On the outside, these ladies are going at it. This is like a tornado match, this fatal four-way between these ladies. I think Dominic loses the title to Dragon Lee.
I would like that. I went for his theme song to be on like Spotify or something. I like that song.
He changed it too. The first one was dope.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I like the first one, and the second one, it's the same, but basically, different lyrics.
How about Sammy? Cristian, soy padre hondureño y mi mamá puertorriqueña.
No,
Sammy beats Dominic.
Sammy Guevara.
Man, they putting you over, Samurai.
Yeah, you're being put over, Sam.
Oh,
2, 3, 4, 100 games. Yo, I didn't expect that.
Keanu James won.
And the crowd is shocked. Yo, I told you, Keanu. What did I say when the match started? Keanu James in about a year, she's ready for the main roster. I didn't know they were going to make her number one contender. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, who else is the match? Keanu James, not to defend, Roxanne Perez.
I don't think no one had that. We thought it was going to be Roxy or Gigi, but Keanu James came out calculating there. What a stunning turn of events here with Keanu James winning it.
Yeah,
I did say that,
and
I didn't think it was going to happen that fast. And now Tiffany stands in front there, in front of Keanu, two talking shit ladies there. I love it.
I mean, I think that's going to be a payback, right?
I think when it is.
Wait, what's the
next week?
The next NXT pay-per-view is on the 30th, right?
Next Tuesday. Next Tuesday. Next Tuesday is Keanu James versus Tiffany.
Oh, no, I'm saying, but when's the next NXT pay-per-view? Is it Thursday? It's not Thursday. 30th, yeah. What's it called?
Payback.
Yeah. I thought it was called. I thought it was something else.
No, I thought you said NXT pay-per-view.
Yeah, NXT.
Oh, not Payback. No Mercy. I'm sorry. Yeah. No Mercy. I'm sorry. No Mercy. No Mercy.
Okay.
I apologize. I wanted to get to the comments, and I just said the first thing that came to mind was Payback. It's No Mercy on the 30th.
Okay, I knew it was one of them. Because Payback's Sunday or Saturday.
That's gonna be in California. So that's going to be Los Angeles, California, No Mercy. That's where we're going to have the winner of the Global Heritage Cup taking on Noam Dar. That's one of the matches. And it looks like we're going to get the run back with Wesley and Carmelo Hayes. We saw Carmelo Hayes going into Shawn Michaels' office after Wesley cut a promo that he's bringing the title back. He's going to win, guaranteeing winning the title from Melo.
I do want to see Wesley with the World Championship and have Melo call Melo up, put him on SmackDown with the Hurt Business, or the Hurt Profits, or whatever you want to call them.
And that was an interesting cliffhanger. Yes, yeah, no, I like that. I like that because now we saw Montez and Dawkins make an appearance at NXT today, and of course Melo. I love the fact that they show all three titles there. Melo's title, the tag team titles. They haven't made it official. Dawkins and D'Angelo and for the tag team titles, the Street Profits versus the Family yet. I wonder if that'd be a nice matchup for No Mercy. They want to bring that to the main roster and want to sell that pay-per-view. If they I got to see their tickets. If they're having trouble or they're not selling immediately, they'll put those on. And once they announce those matches on the card, I think the place will get full.
Yeah, I mean, depending on what happens, yeah.
I think Melo's going through a little doubt. Like, he has no Trick Williams, and he felt like he barely beat Dragunov. I think Melo's going like some self-doubt in his title run. I don't know if you got that with that when him and Trick in that backstage promo, he feels like he's doubting himself a little bit, and he doesn't have Trick Williams always patting on the back or giving him that confidence. It's the first time you see Melo, at least the storyline, at least what I'm seeing is you're seeing Carmelo Hayes look like he's on his own, and now he's starting to keep a little bit of doubt. He doesn't have like a cheering section, with Trick Williams and always got someone's back. He's truly one-on-one on his own. Yep, Street Profits in NXT. You gotta like it. I'm for the smoke. Yep, it's exactly as a storyline. Absolutely. And he's doubting it. He wants to prove it that he can make it on his own as a world champion. Like the same way Trick wants to be on his own to show that he's a formidable opponent. And it looks like he wants to take that title he's going to ask for a title shot from Carmelo Hayes. If Carmelo Hayes defends that title against Wesley, then I think it'll be Trick Williams. But Trick has to win some matches, though. Him losing to Ilya Dragunov didn't help his case for him to claim a stake at trying to challenge for the world champion.
Yeah. I can hear I don't know what's going on. There it is. I had to pause
Yeah, so
TV.
NXT was good tonight, man. It was 2 hours went by quick. It flew. The matches were good.
I'm gonna have to watch it on Thursday.
Peacock? Oh, the
What?
Peacock.
I'm gonna have
You
to watch it
on
on
the Peacock.
Yeah, Peacock. I can't watch it on Hulu because I don't have Hulu right now. Usually you can watch it after a day on Hulu, but I don't have Hulu right now. So I'm gonna have to watch it on Peacock.
Oh, look at that! Bello isn't himself anymore, just like DX back then.
Are they just? I feel like what they're doing is they're since Sean's in charge, they're rehashing ODX storylines.
There's nothing wrong with that because there's a big audience. There's a big audience that haven't seen it.
I think like how I said it last time, Kev. I think they're doing not DX storylines. I think it's the Nation of Domination storylines. That's what I think.
In what aspect? In the with the Street Profits and Lashley?
And Lashley, yep. Because they tried to do that with the Hurt Business, but you couldn't take them serious because there was no star power besides Bobby. Now, if you put Mello, Street Profits, and Bobby, that's a little bit more credible.
Yeah, there you go. They want you to keep talking. Preach.
But nah, like I really like. It's been a while since we had a dominant. Like I don't want to use race or color, but it's been a while since we had a dominant black faction. So that's. I mean, we need something like that.
It's not racist. It's not bringing race at all. It's the truth. I mean, honestly.
And I like that Bobby's the head of the team and not MVP.
No, MVP is another one who should be a manager.
Yes.
Bobby Lashley slowly transitioning to a manager role. And still a wrestler who you're like, because he's cutting the part as a manager by his looks. And he can still go. I like that too. We're talking about managers that they need to, create. Sometimes, I like that as where you're going with that. They're interesting to see. Like when you mentioned Nation of Domination, good job there. And I also thinking about what we're gonna do with Ava Raine. Does Ava join?
See.
I know I know everybody wants Bianca Belair, but that name just popped into my head.
Why? You know why that'd be perfect? Who was also in the Nation? Her dad.
Exactly.
So that'd be a perfect fit.
Oh man, Ben, we appreciate you, man. We're gonna wrap up soon too. We're gonna wrap up in a minute. We're gonna wrap up definitely. Again, if I put in the chat, if you guys want to join me as a panelist, you're more than welcome, Ben, Jason, Chris, Cristian, si tú quieres venir a platicar o hablar en parte del programa, ven. Ahí yo te tengo el link con el email. Tú me dices, mándame el email al día antes o lo que sea. Mira, soy fulano de tal y cada vez que hago el stream te mando ahí y bienvenido para platicar de lucha libre. And it goes, what's next for Joe Gacy? We don't know. No, we got to find out. That's another one. What's going to happen if he's going to replant himself? We'll find out. The storylines keep cooking. Everyone was complaining about the 2.0 and this is cringeworthy and people were goofing on NXT, but NXT right now is the hottest show right now with all the storylines. We cannot wait to find out what's going to happen next week. And that's what you want. Like the Humberto and Angel storyline continues next week.
And
Ben was phenomenal.
And I can say this too, because me and Kev was just talking about this too. I feel like the tag team division is better in NXT than the main roster. And I'm sorry to say that.
Yes. From Tony D'Angelo, from the Dyads, from the Creed brothers, Bronco and Lucius Prince. They haven't even the Dana Brooks ready to turn heel. The Lola and Electric Lopez win tonight. There is so much storyline going on here. Now we add Kiana James, #1 contender with Tiffany Stratton, with Becky Lynch part of it some way, somehow. Though there is so many mommy with Dominic Mysterio. So NXT bringing some of these talent,
The Street Profits
from the main roster. Street Profits, they're becoming must-watch Tuesday nights. I cannot wait to see what's like you said, Ben. What's next for the Creed brothers? But and Ivy Nile needs a push. Ivy now needs a push here. The Creed brothers are hot right now. Now Ivy needs to get that heat, that rub, and get pushed. No more jobbing for Ivy Niles now. They need to make her sink or swim. Also, we didn't even talk about this. JC Jane taking Thea under her wing. They cut a promo in the back. We didn't even mention that. That was gonna we were gonna go off the air. We're not even mentioning that. Where JC Jane and Thea Hill is going with that. I kind of like something there. Another tag team forming there. That sounds very interesting.
and I don't know when they would do this, Kev, but I feel like since the tag team division is a little bit better at NXT, I don't know if they ever did this before. I think they should rejuvenate a tag team triple threat match for TLC.
I was saying about I said tournament, and I said the tournament, maybe because the tournament to bring the women's tag team titles back, 8 tag teams, 8 teams, and then Halloween Havoc, but you made it that TLC or ladder match for the women's tag team titles. You put 8 women or 4 teams and let them go get that women's tag title. Winner in a title in a ladder match for the tag team titles. I wanted a tournament because you could honor like a Dusty Rhodes, you could honor a legend, a memorial, and then just go with that. But in any way possible, they need to bring back the women's tag team titles back.
Yeah, I just think they need to take the women's tag team titles a little bit more serious. I mean, that's why you lost two stars, because you didn't take it serious enough. And I mean, like I said, like they're making names for themselves now outside of WWE.
Yeah, and also we didn't even mention a good job there. Dragon Lee and Mustafa Ali, they want a chance at that North American champion. Next week, Dominic Mysterio will be the referee against these two going at it. That's a big one that came out about it. We're also talking. We saw Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin. Braun Breaker caught a great promo. Said, "Don't get in my business, or I'm going to end your days." I'm like, whoa, Braun cutting a good promo there, and actually made Corbin chuckle. Corbin's influence in the WWE NXT right now is helping all these talents. Von Wagner's cutting better promos. You're telling me that Baron Corbin isn't working one-on-one with these guys? You bet your butt it is. And it's showing they're getting better. And Corbin going to NXT was one of the greatest moves in 2023 for the WWE NXT right now.
Oh, that's another person that could be a manager. Corbin.
Yes. Corbin could be a manager.
Yeah, he could. Yeah, what they didn't mention Andre Chase at all? Really? That's weird.
They don't. Andre Chase, they did. There was a vignette. He was, the thing with the Chase U. He wanted to know what Thea was. Thea wasn't in class, and Duke said, "She's, give her some slack. She's never misses time. She never misses date, and he misses school." And then she came in late, and she got a little snippy with Andre Chase, and she left. And then JC Jane was at the door waiting for her. Let's go. And I was like, oh. And they introduced JC Jane. We saw JC Jane gave her some word of advice last week after she lost, and she was upset. So it looks like they're becoming a friendship or maybe a tag team group. Also, Miles Bourne. Yeah, let's go with that one. I forgot about Miles Bourne. Now he's going to team up with Fallon and Henley, or Fallon and Jensen. Excuse me, I always get those. We saw Henley come out and invite him to be part of the 6-man up against those 3 that keep having him as Cinderella, cleaning the ring, spitting water, and getting water from Julak, Dempsey, and Kemp. Corbin, you missed the Corbin faction comment. Yeah, that's another one. So yeah, there was a lot. There's a lot of storylines here. That's why you guys helped me out in the chat, because There's so many storylines that NXT is building, and the thing is, they don't leave it to die. They go back to it. They build, they intrigue us. This is what you're gonna like it. Is it the greatest wrestling at times? You're not gonna see 450 Phoenix Splash. You're not gonna see the people walking the ropes and all that stuff, but you're gonna see storylines and clean wrestling, and that's what NXT is. They're developing for when they get to the main roster. So when they do the 450 Phoenix Smash and all the other bangers of the matches, they already know how to do a storyline to tell the story to those.
Ben,
it's not just a spot.
Ben, I agree with you. Like, even though, like Kev said, like NXT is not like the cleanest wrestling, they still they don't box as much as AEW.
No. And where is Cora Jade? Cora Jade has some enhancements to her chest, so she's waiting to recover from that.
Yeah,
yes,
really.
Jason. Thank you, guys. So, guys, you want to say your final thoughts before we get going? So, it was a hell of a great show. This was one of the great NXT show. Appreciate you guys topping in. I appreciate everyone on the chat. Hopefully, we see you tomorrow night for Dynamite. We're not going to do Dynamite, but I'm going to do it. What the hell? You guys going to come back on? Now, remember, email me if you want to join us. And I will definitely I'll always like the company. So, talk to me here. Chris, give me your thoughts on tonight.
I mean, it was a great show. Like everybody was saying, like I want to see what happens with Mello and Trek and the Street Profits. You know, hopefully, like they actually form a group with Bobby. And I mean, come on now, if you got Street Profits and Bobby and NXT with Mello, I mean, sky's the limit.
You know, I'm watching the backstage thing with Trick and Mello right now, and it seems like Mello, I guess, is turning face and Trick's turning heel. That's what it looks like to me.
Interesting, because Trick won't survive as a heel in NXT. Too many people like him, and with the fans, he's got the crowd, big time.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm just saying it looks as though it looks like that backstage misunderstanding. That's the way it looks to me. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but
it looks like it.
Yeah,
Jason, I think you got the wrong person on that comment, but it's fine.
I don't.
Yeah, it was Flash. It was Chris who mentioned the Nation of Domination, but he get it.
It's fine.
Give the
it's fine. It's fine. You know.
I mean, hey. Nation of Domination. It still works though.
Yeah.
It still works. It works and it works great.
It does. There's just so much that can happen in the next couple months. Let's just keep it posted and see what happens.
A younger Booker T. You know what? You know what? A younger Booker T, Trick Williams. Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
Booker said something on his podcast about that. Like when he was doing the what's that called with
reality?
Yeah,
reality wrestling.
He no, his podcast Hall of Fame. He said when Trick Williams was trying to do the it looked like a bookend, but it wasn't. He thought it was gonna be a bookend. So I mean, I can see that.
Reality of wrestling.
Yeah, that's Booker T's wrestling school.
Yeah, he was actually in reality wrestling too. So he was on one of the shows earlier this year.
He spent the whole month of July at the reality wrestling with Booker T's school. He spent the whole month of July there.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't like Trick Williams? Let's be honest.
And you know what? He is the most nicest dude. You could just go up to him and have a conversation. He could talk, and he's an awesome dude outside of wrestling. I mean, he's a nice dude. Very polite. He goes, "Thanks for coming. I appreciate you coming." Trick, class act. His catchphrase is "Give me rock likes too," and of course that Trick. That comes from NXT. They were doing it yesterday in Memphis, but whoop that Trick. that comes from NXT. We've been saying whoop that trick for the longest.
Yeah. What could possibly, I mean, I don't know. There's just so much news that's happened in the past couple days, like the whole CM Punk thing and Jack Perry thing, and Bray Wyatt passing away, and that's all that. Just oof. That was on Raw.
What about
I don't know, but did you hear that they embellished the attendance for All In?
Well, we know wrestling fudge the numbers.
Yeah,
but all wrestling fudge numbers.
It was 81,000, not whatever it was 81,000, not 91,000, like Tony Khan said.
No, I don't even think it was. They say 81, but they had a big section tarped off. But whatever. I mean, we're gonna be here all night argue about that. At the end of the day, it looked good. The stadium looked Phil. It looked good, and like it or not, they filled up. It wasn't that much empty, but it still was it looked great on TV.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, you gotta give them their flowers. It looked great on TV. They looked the crowd. The crowd was alive. They were good.
I just saw a YouTube notification that CM Punk quit AEW.
And I kind of wanted to say this.
Huh?
When was this?
I guess this was. Hold on.
Well, I want
a YouTube video.
Oh, I was about to say, Kev, I wanted to say this too when I was talking about the whole Bray Wyatt thing. Like, I got to give Seth Rollins and Becky a lot of credit because they're not doing too much. They're not overdoing it. They're respecting Bray. I like the plate on the title that Seth did. And then I like what Becky did at the end of the match saying this was for Bray.
The promo she cut, I was mentioning earlier how he taught her how to pull a table out, and not only that, open a table in a table spot.
Oh,
that was really nice. If you're gonna check it out on Twitter.
And then LA Knight gave me goosebumps because he sounded just like Bray when he said "run."
Oh yeah. That was a good one. A good white man once told me, about 50% of Run Entire has been taking injuries or suspension. Let's see what else. Let me see. I'm seeing if it's trending, if anything. I know Miro got involved. No. Choke, rear naked choke. CM Punk's emotional over stick up for him. No, it doesn't say he quit. CM Punk confronted Tony Khan in his locker room in what has been characterized as a heated, intensive manner. At one point, according to 3 sources who heard about the situation, he told Khan he quit and chewed out Tony Khan with harsh phrasing. We'll find out if he quit or not. But I know personally, he should just not wrestle in AEW no more.
He shouldn't. You say he shouldn't wrestle.
He shouldn't be in AEW.
No,
if he doesn't. He said he hates the place. Just go.
Look, I'm very critical of Punk because I'm mad that he went to AEW. But that him and Samoa Joe match was actually pretty decent.
It was a good match.
Like, I didn't see too many botches from him, so that's a good thing.
He won with the Pepsi plunge. He hasn't done that in years.
Yep.
I don't even know what the Pepsi plunge is. I know he did it in our ROH back in the day, but isn't it like
it's a pedigree? Yeah. It's a pedigree on top rope. So I can't say that he should retire because, like I said, like I just think he should have like what you were talking about, Edge. Like if they need him for a match, CM Punk.
Yes. A pair appearance when needed, like a Brock Lesnar, type of deal, and that's what the AEW should have done the same thing with him like that. For him to come week to week.
I mean, I don't know. Week to week doesn't seem to be working for Punk, but we could sit here and talk about Punk and the AEW and how the inmates are running the asylum all we want, but
let me be a devil's advocate. Knowing what the history of Punk, how he is a little bit of a hothead, XYZ. We don't know the what could get under his skin. Could you think that some of the talents are being dickheads and making him react to want to get him out. Like, you know, I'm gonna mess with him so he could blow a gasket.
Yeah, I could see that because Booker T also on that same podcast also said when he went to TNA and he met the Young Bucks, they didn't shake his hand.
You see what I mean? There's been talks about the Bucks. That's why they have stood. That's why the Bucks they don't have a great reputation. That's why they've been a lot of independent wrestling for a long time because of certain, and so is Kenny Omega. You know, so they're not no roller coasters or no picnic either. You know, it takes two to tango, and everyone wants to blame Punk immediately. And I'm not defending CM Punk either, but it takes two to tango. And I think, you know, I was saying it earlier, Jungle Boy Jack Perry could be a little bit entitled snob, you know, Hollywood snob that always had a silver spoon because of his daddy, and doesn't know the pecking order of being humbled when it comes to a locker room, and go mess with him and all this and that. And at the end of the day, everyone's at fault in this situation. No one is going to be the saint here. But, you know, I think I think everyone in this situation has a little bit of dirt or threw their own little bit of gasoline in the fire. Even when Hangman said something stupid too, went to business for himself and provoked Punk. Punk comes from an old school of wrestling, you know, with the locker room, respect, pecking order, etc. And it's just so much. I mean, so much there. It's. I think it's better that they all divorce and go their own separate ways when it comes to AEW and CM Punk. Just separate, get away from there, take us some time off. If you want to come back to wrestling, Impact Wrestling will be a great place. Impact does a lot of work in Chicago. You know, you never know.
I still think he should come back to WWE. I might
that's the main. Everyone want to see him back in Chris in the WWE, but I know the con man is not going to make it easy for him to go to WWE.
I know.
They're probably going to put a year restriction. So let him go wrestle in Japan. In New Japan or in Impact, and then make his way back to WWE if he wants to.
And I'll say this too. Don't tell me you wouldn't get goosebumps if you had AJ Styles versus CM Punk.
It's a great match. That's a WrestleMania headline. You put that on WrestleMania, you know that doesn't have to be. That's not a main event, but that's another match. Like, ooh, I'm looking forward to see this Legends.
You know, I don't know. I just think. I know you said something about like Daniel Bryan might never wrestle in WWE ever again, but
I don't think so.
I think CM Punk can, and I think he should. But like we agreed, he should be like Brock Lesnar. I mean, he is a money drawer.
Yes. You're telling me CM Punk in Saudi Arabia were against AJ Styles for the Saudi group for Crown Jewel or Night of Champions or whatever, you know, that would sell.
And
you know, you could bring them to those kind of events.
And if you could do like how okay, so everybody knew AJ was coming to WWE. They just didn't know when. And you saw how big of a pop he got at the Royal Rumble. I guarantee you play CM Punk's music at WrestleMania, he's probably gonna get a bigger pop than Cody.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know.
And interesting.
His people like Cody's music, but that song that CM Punk has is more iconic.
Cody personality.
Yes.
The sort of personality.
See? Listen, if he comes out, it'll be interesting how quick if they're gonna put a non-compete clause or whatever. If he wants to leave or he gets fired, whatever the case is. Survivor Series is in Chicago. Just to put it out there.
Yeah, I can see that because even though I think Punk did like mature a little bit, I think he's still petty, and I feel like that would be a petty move.
You know what would be a petty move, even if he can't non-compete and can, but if he sits in the suite the way Mercedes Moné and she's injured. I'm just a guest here. I wouldn't be surprised if this Chicago this year, CM Punk sits in a box in the WWE there, just watches the wrestling.
I mean, I don't know why they don't let them do that anyway. I mean, it's not gonna hurt nobody. It's just It's just a one wrestler, from a different company watching another promotion. He has friends in the WWE still, so it shouldn't really matter.
It's the same thing. They all stay backstage in one of each company. We have, you're telling me Buddy Matthews doesn't stay in WWE in the backstage to see Rhea, or Rhea. You guarantee Rhea must have been in Dynamite once or twice backstage.
Charlotte and Andrade.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. Who's gonna tell Charlotte no? You can't be back in Dynamite, the daughter of Ric Flair.
I mean,
I'm gonna say no. We used to hear that back in the WCW days in Nitro. Shawn Michaels was married to one of the Diamond or dating one of the dancers, and he was always backstage there. And Vince never was afraid that he might go to NWO to sign with them. But Shawn will be back even to see his friends. They will be back and forth. They will always be back and forth. I mean, the dirt sheets will always say Shawn Michaels was in Nitro last night.
Yeah, but you also have to think that back then, back in the 90s, there wasn't much of a dirt sheet thing going on,
But I did remember reading that. I did remember reading that and saying, "Ooh, Shawn Michaels backstage," and vice versa. They'll be back and forth. They've been doing that for years, dude. They've been doing that for years.
Oh, I know. It's just funny to me that people they get all bent out of shape when you hear certain things about who's backstage and who's not, and if they're going to defect or whatever. It's funny.
Yeah. But with that said, guys, I gotta get to work tomorrow. They told me I guess I gotta have to work. I mean, we're gonna work in this tropical storm. So, but with that said, Chris, again, Samurai, thank you, chat. We'll see you tomorrow night. I'll send the links tomorrow when I get home. Guys, if you want to join me, you're more than welcome. I'm not a big fan, but let's do it just for the fun, for the shits and giggles, and let's enjoy. Versus we're doing wrestling and from the Heel of the Ring podcast. Thank you, guys. And yeah, we'll do some battle bots. All right, peace out, guys.
Awesome! You people bought a ticket to see me, so shut up.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no control.
Ladies and gentlemen, just in case you live under a rock,
I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like. Oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things. Realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up. Let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted. So mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll play it on your face just to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you gon' wish you was just a fucked up real bad.
Shut up.
Be the villain, and I have no problem at all.